You're now tuning into the sounds of the Potnas podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning into the world's greatest podcast. Northside Houston, stand up, Gabby! It's your boy Young Tizzle. Hey. We are back in this thing. Yeah. Bradley in the house, Courtney in the house. Hey. We got a special guest in the house. Hey, Young Tizzle, let's go. Hey, it's the Potnas podcast, and we got that boy Chubb. Man, hold on, we don't lose, we get the dub. About to pass the mic to my boy Young Bradley. Man, hold on, he ain't never need no caddy.
Potnas podcast, and I can't freestyle. Come get your girl, you know the bitch wild. Let me talk about something related to the show. Fuck it. Let's go!
Let's go and get it poppin'. Man, hold on, that nigga ain't stopping.
Yeah.
We about to pass the mic to that little nigga Chubb. Man, hold on, let's go and get the dub.
Thought I was about to. Oh, you want me to grab this hoe?
Hey, what?
Look.
Acapella.
Yeah. I was about to grab that hoe?
You took too long.
That's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, hey man, it's a special fucking day. It's a special edition of the Potnas podcast. But you are tuning in to the perspective on topics, news, and shit. All right, we are your hosts, the Potnas, starting with the coolest one in the room. We got Bradley cooling and pulling, ladies and gentlemen.
That's me. Give me the gunshots. Pop, 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 pop.
You mixed it up. Hold up. The coolest one in the room.
Yeah, because cooling and pulling. Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'll take it.
All right, next up is the cool corn pop. Don't stop. Corn pop. Courtney Coleman, ladies and gentlemen.
We should. There's got to be something else related to corn.
Yeah, I don't.
Or Courtney.
I don't know what that is.
Corn dogs, corn.
Oh God, that's worse.
That's terrible.
All right. And then last but not least, I am the most electrifying, explosive partner of them all.
This nigga, I knew you was gonna go the fuck off on your own shit. Now that you got the board, hit every button on that. Go ahead.
He ain't even. I'm the most electronic.
Let him go. Keep going.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the boy JT, aka Tizzle, the live thrizzle, baby. If you looking for a good time, you know where to find me, baby. All right, and shout out to everybody on set. Shout out to Jesse and JJ on the set. You know what I'm saying? Sandbear, Keiko. Fucking daughter's name wrong.
Wow. We're gonna show her this at 10 years old when it matters.
No, yeah. My name wrong. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, let's give a special shout out to our special guest today.
You're not my dad.
I don't know who the fuck Coco is. Look, now when I was about to say Coco, I said Keiko. All right, but hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have a legend in the building right now. All right, he is on set with us in the crispy baby blue, man. Got the stunners, got the chains on. Hey, got the grills in the man. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for North Houston's finest rapper on the scene right now, blazing left and right. CheckChaser Chubb. Yes. How you doing?
Babies on the
How you doing, man?
Cool, man. How y'all doing?
Hey, we good, man. Thank you for blessing us with your presence on the show. It's gonna be a good time. Everything off limits, or nothing off limits, right?
Fair game.
All right, cool. Hey, you are in the dungeon.
Well, it's fair game, man.
Yes.
Candy Burris.
All right, before we get into a proper introduction to you, we just got to give a couple of shout-outs and announcements out the way. Congratulations to our partner that is not here with us right now on set because he is at home taking care of business. He and his wife, Jen, just welcomed the newest addition to their family, Drayson. Yeah.
Young Draco. Congrats to them.
Yep. And since Father's Day just passed. We wanted to give a shout out to all the present daddies out there, and notice that I said present daddies, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm an absent father myself.
If you a deadbeat, then get the fuck on, bitch. All right.
Okay.
All right, and then just a reminder as well, because y'all been chiming in with all the comments about, where are the full video episodes? Well, you can go to our YouTube channel at Potnas Podcast. Just type in Potnas Podcast, Potnas Podcast on YouTube, and you will find all of our video content, our full video episodes. And they come out every Thursday, all right? So, with that said, audio drops on Monday, videos come out every Thursday. And we will be dropping clips as well and more exclusive content. But with that said, let's get back to our special guest, CheckChaser Chubb, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
I keep hitting the wrong fucking button. I moved on to bigger and better things. But yeah, man, how you doing, man? All right, so let's get into like a little proper introduction. Where are you from? Why the name CheckChaser Chubb? And then just a little bit about your music background, when you get into it and why. So, and don't worry, I'm gonna recap all this, whatever. But yes, let's start off where you from, and then why the stage name.
North Houston, 5th Ward, born and raised.
Yeah. It be.
Look, hard as hit on the north.
Be hard as fuck over there, huh?
Hard as hit on the north.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody in the 5th Ward.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. So why the name CheckChaser Chubb?
So look, you probably know from school I was chubby, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't fat, but that was my name.
You're
I
the
was
complete
fat when
opposite of that.
Yeah, I was fat when I was a little baby though. So,
Were you?
Yeah, I was fat as a motherfucker. I had like puff balls and shit. Yeah, I was fat as a motherfucker.
Hey.
So shit, I'm skinny. I've been skinny forever now. You know what I'm saying? So I just took the Y off, added to CheckChaser because I stay with a bag, stay getting some money.
In the
The legit way though, we ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I feel like that
money.
when we talk about Chubb, we're referring to baby weight, all right? Because you still got the baby face going on and stuff, whatever.
Man.
You still out here stunning.
Yeah,
not that I'm like checking you out or anything, pause or anything, but
It's still Pride Month, everybody.
But
No, motherfuckers still ask me for my ID when I go to the show.
Word.
Yeah, so
That only
man.
happens when I ain't got a beard.
yeah,
Same here. I'm
Grizzly.
baby face nigga.
can't do it, man. It should be itching.
yeah.
Itching like a motherfucker.
I wish I had a choice. I wish I had a choice.
Yeah,
That shit grow every 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's growing right now as we speak. It's gonna be longer by the end of the episode.
Hey, when you feel like a random itch on your arm or on your face, that's a piece of hair growing.
Stop.
Yeah, y'all didn't
This
know
whole
that?
time.
Crazy. Yeah,
I be
that's why
fighting
you're
the
just
air.
like, what the hell is that?
Like
What
Cuba
the
Gooding
fuck?
Jr.
Yeah.
Radio.
Like who?
So when did you get into music, Chubb?
Like I started in 2013, but I've been consistent like about 3 years now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Dig.
Really, the last 2 years it's been working.
Yeah, you've been working.
Yeah, I've been trying, man.
Nigga, you put out like 5 projects in a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying to do my.
If you look him up on Apple Music, he's got like 5 projects just in 2021.
I think this year I got like 3.
Wow.
Well, singles.
Finished
Yeah.
already? Oh,
Singles.
already.
Yeah, now I can
Yeah.
drop
Singles, yeah.
You got one EP out right
one
now.
EP.
Yeah, we'll get
One
into that a
EP.
little bit later.
Yeah.
But why get into music though? All the other things, all the other ventures to go there, because you're a talented individual. I'll let you talk your shit later on if you
Hey, Chubb
want to get
used
into
to,
that.
you used to play football too, right?
Football.
I remember
We hoop together.
Yeah, we
Did we
hoop.
do track together too?
A little bit.
I
I
ran track
a
with
little
you.
bit. Yeah.
I ran track with you.
You ran track.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
We're very innocent.
JT, what you run?
I think you ran the 800.
Why do y'all be trying to play that? I ran the 800, the 400, the 4x4. I did.
Did you?
High school.
Did I? Yeah. I actually placed first in 800. I never placed first though. One time, just one fucking
maybe,
time.
yeah, maybe in the 800. Yeah.
Yeah. And
But
it
not
was
no
like,
400. There's like
no.
same set of 10 people for like.
I think the highest placing that I ever got was like 3rd or 4th place.
Okay.
So yeah,
Understandable.
Yeah. Remember when they
Sounds
used to
fun.
give you ribbons and shit? And
I still got a couple of blue ribbons on my career.
blue ribbons mean that you won first place, and then the white means that you had second, and then the red ones. I had a whole bunch of red. I had a whole bunch of 3rd place.
A lot of threes.
And then if you got green, that was like 5th place. And
They didn't make nothing after
After green.
Then when I was the green must came out after school.
That's because they took care of your school, man.
Damn.
Yeah, man. But no. All right, cool. So yeah, why get into music?
Man, I think I did a song in high school. I had did like a little freestyle, and it was kind of cool. Like everybody was fucking with it. So you know what I'm saying. I ended up doing some time in like 2013 for a drug charge. I was writing and shit. I was doing stuff. I came home, did a couple songs.
Yeah.
And it caught wave, you know.
Yeah.
Then ended up violating, going back to jail in 2017. I mean, 2016. Came home in 2017.
Mm-hmm. You can leave that in your past. You ain't got to bring all that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
those are defining moments.
You know, when I come home, I had did a song. It called Wave, and from now, shit, it been.
What track was that?
CheckChaser. Keys. Yeah, that whole was going down.
Yes, classic.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I don't even on my knees.
Yeah. You fresh as fuck right now, so let's go ahead and get into a proper fit check. All right, starting with our special guest.
It's a casual. It's a real
this
casual.
This is a casual, and he's already studied.
Because I'm.
I want you to really commit. So like you on your casual days, which I haven't seen any other ones, but on your casual days, you decide not to. You let JT.
What's the soft talk?
You can run it back on the audio when the episode out. You let JT, rip you apart. You need to just do your own.
No, I don't get ripped apart. I just don't care. Like I'm not that I don't care.
I'm saying you need to control the narrative. Bro, you're not dressed down if you don't tell us you dressed down.
Obviously it's a very casual.
Casual,
fit.
That's the word. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Casual. That's
casual fit. I'm comfortable. I'm always very comfortable, bro.
Yeah.
You look
comfortable. I don't want to. I mean, I'm comfortable. I'm a comfortable nigga. Like I'm a very comfortable person.
Comfortable. That nigga was kind of forced over there. You know your mama listened to this, right? Hey,
I was calling people nigger babies last week. I'm so sorry to the Kardashians. I'm really sorry about that.
Well, shit. Hey, Mitch. Anyways, no. All right, so we can get started with Courtney. Courtney just looks like you look your best in black. So is that why you always wear it?
No, honestly, bro. I came home I was in a rush, so I just threw on.
This is your. Oh, okay.
This is mine.
Came from a little happy hour, huh?
Yeah.
Courtney came in this motherfucker lit. He was just like, bro, I'm so drunk.
Stumbling like the drunk foxes, the taxidermy foxes.
It was a good day today. We had a work event for like 2-3 hours, open bar. So we was
of course.
Yeah, white boys getting you drunk.
Those are the great.
Yeah. So
what do you mean you have to fucking go somewhere?
Like work events, you don't care.
Just 5 minutes. I'm not paying for nothing. So
yeah, it's like who? I don't care who I'm drinking with at this point. Yeah, it's free.
You should wear hats more often, bro.
Nah, that's not my thing. It hurt my head, bro. It gave me a headache.
Yeah.
Honestly, to be
you got that big ass crease on your forehead and stuff, whatever.
I'm wearing a hat. I'm wearing a hat because I told you about my barber. Oh, I'll get into it later.
Oh, somebody plugged it. Never mind.
Yeah. We can get into
loosen the hat up.
Bradley plugged me my freshman year.
This is back when you used to cut everybody's hair.
For those who don't know, we went to college, and I'm a college together. And I'm a freshman. I don't know where to get my hair cut at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Bradley
I
voluntarily told me he wanted to cut my hair. I'm like, cool, cut my hair. In the middle of the cut, did we talk about this on the podcast before?
I think we mentioned it, but we didn't tell the entire.
In the middle of my cut, imagine you just chilling, bro. Like it's a great cut so far. Like it really was a good cut. Like it was a good cut. I can see myself in the mirror, and all of a sudden, the what's it called?
The guard.
The guard. So the guard fell on my leg. Like the shit fell off the clippers and just fell. Oh. And when it fell, the clippers clicked. Like it clicked off. Like imagine a barber cutting your hair, and all of a sudden it like stopped, and then the guard fell, and I was like,
so from my perspective, shit happens. Barbers should be insured.
I had a plug. The best thing about it was I had a plug on the very side of my head, so you can blend it.
I didn't do a great job of blending it. So
better than that
guard slipped off of there like like a slip and slide. It slipped, and I couldn't even. There's been times where guard slips off and I fuck up, and like I can hide it because they don't know, no different, right? But the guard fell on him, so I was just silent. I just went on ahead and it was like 2 minutes in. I was like,
did you grab the guard and put it back on you?
No, he didn't.
I wanted to play it off bad.
So you just have him looking like a Jewish little boy with a.
No, he fixed it up. Matter of fact, the next day when I woke up, went to class. Somebody was like, "Oh, I like your haircut."
Have you seen the right?
Yeah. So he fixed it up. I got like a low fade.
All right. Bradley, let's get into your fit check. You looking pretty snazzy today.
I look like an accessory to a baby shower because of the Burberry.
Switch up
well, not Burberry, but
the seat order, by the way, because I didn't have enough time to show you how to work the board.
Oh, so damn. I could have. I mean, well, your job. Right now.
But it's okay. I just was bringing that up because this angle that you're at, I don't know if the camera can get. You could stand up if you wanted to.
No.
You got your picnic table.
I'm clumsy.
Burberry pants on.
Yeah. Picnic table. Yeah. Picnic basket. Picnic basket. Yeah, I got on my Burberry pants. And it's a nice casual black polo and a hat because I ain't got no haircut. So.
Glasses designer?
No, they're from Amazon and they have no UV protection. My eyes
you
are.
You could go with it though, brother.
I know. I mean,
I'm trying to set you up for success. Moving on.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Don't worry about me. I just got a 19 letter Spider-Man shirt and my custom Nike Air Max 90.
Every shoe he got is
custom. You know what I'm saying? And I got my name on it, Chubb. You know what I'm saying?
Nike ID.
Trying to represent. You know what I mean? Yeah. I almost pulled a cramp just now, just in my foot when I was trying to show you. But let's get into your fit check, man. All right, so you guys let it ride.
I'm comfortable, man.
Yeah, let it ride.
It's chill gear.
Chill gear.
Yeah, diamond dunk.
Cool. What does that C represent? Your name. Chubb.
That's very clear.
Oh my gosh, clearly. Right. And they got a little Jesus piece and stuff, whatever. Because they got to represent the Lord. Right. Cool. Is baby blue your favorite color?
No.
All right, cool.
I just look cool with the shoes.
Yeah.
And I ain't want to wear all black because I feel like it was bait. See, then we would all be making this
murder.
So, just a quick question, and this is might be playing you a little bit, but with the front and the molars, right? The grills. Does it hinder your speech at all? Like, do you wear it when you're rapping?
Like, if I don't be wearing them a lot, like I wear them every now and then. So when I put them in,
okay,
they always be kind of tight.
Yeah.
And you gotta like.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to everybody with a grill because I can't keep up with my phone, let alone 2 pieces to go in my mouth. So,
has everybody owned a grill before, Jesse? JJ? No,
nobody.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Once I lost the second one I paid for, it was over.
Yeah,
I lost like 4 of them bitches.
Damn.
God.
You be losing grills?
Yeah, you put them, you wrap them up in the napkin while you eating, and then at the baby shower, you end up throwing them away.
Yeah, them hoes on the plate.
Huh?
Put a little case.
I mean, a little.
I mean, who gonna carry around? Yeah,
wrap them bitches, but
yeah,
I done threw a couple out the window.
Think about how many times you done lost your retainer.
True.
Right. Same idea.
I wonder if, like, could you ever like grow out? Like, did your teeth stop growing?
No, your teeth never stop moving.
They never stop moving.
So unless you have like a built-in retainer.
Yeah.
So so that's a perfect excuse.
Yeah,
I
once
guess
your
throw
shit
away.
grown and they come out, you want to go get you some replacement.
Yeah. Oh no, we're not throwing them away on purpose. This is I'm like, oh yeah, I'm done eating, and it's on your plate, your grill just sitting there, $400 worth of the cheapest gold you can find in Plazas Americas, and you end up throwing them away.
I remember for my wedding, I wanted all of us to. You remember that, Courtney? I wanted all of us to have a bottom row, like a bottom set.
Yeah,
why y'all ain't gonna get one?
Because wife said no. So you know,
why not?
Yeah, because she said, not at my wedding will y'all come in here looking like that.
Interesting.
So,
JT had a glove already. But that's what it had. Yeah, I had a glove.
Yeah,
right. You were just really trying to drive it home with the grill thing. Huh?
I was fly.
You were.
I was a true.
I was there.
Yes, you were.
Yeah,
and all black. I had everybody dressed in all black and whatnot. So kind of set the trend or whatever. There was one of my friends
was hot as hell
before I did, but yeah, you were hot.
I was hot as fuck.
I mean, but y'all were also moving all over the place and drinking and shit.
No, it was like from the moment I stepped out the car, I was like, I've got to take this jacket off.
The wedding was so lit, Chubb. Like our own bartenders got drunk.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's lit.
Your daddy stole the show though.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's move on. All right, so debrief for the week. All right, let's get into a brief debrief for everybody's week, whatever. Chubb, we'll start with you. Whatever. What you get into this week?
Shot about 2 videos.
Yeah.
Or made some money. You know,
just casually.
them.
Yeah,
laid out the way.
Right.
Went to go eat. Nothing too much.
Yeah.
I don't be doing a lot of shit.
What's your favorite place to eat?
Everywhere is good. Everywhere is good. Me and my girl trying to find some new places to eat. We eat.
Oh, word.
Y'all tried the Waffle Bus?
The Waffle Bus?
I heard of it. I ain't tried.
Man,
my
that
boy.
big smack, huh? Oh my! Y'all
Right.
got
That's a truck.
And it's right
yeah.
there, like the height.
Yeah.
I feel
Shepherd, right?
I feel like anywhere in any food complex or entity, I feel like they always put like a fat piece of lobster on everything. Chicken, waffles.
Yeah, that's like the people that sell shit on the side. Yeah. They always gonna have the split lobster tail. Bitch might be fried a little partially on top.
Right. Rolling too.
I want to try somebody.
But lobster is kind of like the wackest seafood item that you can actually eat. It just tastes like rubber, and you can try
that. Means it's cooked wrong.
Crab is delicious.
I hate crab.
All right,
we have a guest, everybody.
Juicy,
hey Juicy.
We have Courtney's dog, Lunchbox's sister. All right, cool. You gonna stay on set? All right, cool. Anyways, all right, you good? Good. Yeah, and you had a single that came out, but we can get into that in a little bit, right? So that came out. That dropped yesterday, right?
Yeah, I just dropped 2 singles.
Damn.
2 singles.
What, they came out on the same day?
You didn't send me the other one.
The other one came out a week ago with Fastlane.
Yeah.
Fastlane.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
But I just dropped one yesterday. Today it dropped. Step on it.
Yeah, Step on it.
Yeah, Step on it, man.
Featuring
400 Corleone, Lil Corleone.
Yeah.
My partner, man. Yeah, cool.
Y'all go ahead and download that on all music platforms.
Yes, sir.
Apple Music, Spotify, all that shit. All right, Courtney, what you get into?
This shit this week?
Yeah. Or this weekend. What you got?
What'd you do last weekend?
Yeah.
How about
Bro,
that?
I can't keep up. I didn't do nothing last weekend.
God damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
You should be wilding out this weekend because
Yeah, you got a wedding coming up, right?
I'll be in Dallas this weekend.
Yeah, I'm canceling my trip.
I warmed
to
it up
Dallas.
for you.
I'll be in Dallas this week.
Are you going to Dallas?
No, I warmed up Dallas for y'all.
Oh yeah. You just came back from Dallas. Yeah, that's why Bradley was not on set last week, but he was virtually. That's dedication right there. I appreciate you checking in virtually.
Certainly, you got to do what you got to do to do what you want to do. You know.
So how was Dallas and how was everything?
Dallas was dope. One would think I was up there to be a punk, but I didn't really get to do nothing. I went up there for my homegirl birthday, and we went on a wine tour, bro. I've always wanted to go to like wineries and stuff. So
In Dallas?
yeah, they come and pick you up on a bus with a nigga that looked like Guy Fieri, and then so he's like entertaining us, and it was like majority niggas too, like a full like charter bus full of niggas.
Well, yeah, it's Dallas.
And I was expecting the white people in Dallas are like designer white, like they're like name brand white people. So, but I didn't, anyway, it was mostly black or whatever. But we all, I was the only dude too, which is crazy. But everybody dressed alike. I wore green. They all wore pink. It was cool. It was nice. The weather was gorgeous. We went to 3 different wineries. Got fucked up. And then they were selling drugs on the street.
Wow.
I'm trying to be careful on camera. They were selling drugs on the street that you could eat. In Richardson, one of the wineries was in Richardson.
Edibles?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just putting the words where I want to put the words at. They were selling drugs on the street that you could eat.
They were selling edibles.
Yeah. Who asked you to said it the way I said it for a reason?
Anyway, I'm trying to get the corporation or the entity. So I see what you were doing.
So yeah, they were selling drugs on the street that you could eat, but I didn't eat any of them. But I do know that when I got back off of that bus, I was in a different place. It was wild.
Time out, brother.
Yeah,
You done lost me.
First of all, you can sell what you call what?
Edibles
on the streets of Richardson, Texas. Apparently, there was a tent. Like we were walking around there, they had like gelato and stuff at one of the stops at the last wine place. It was like kind of in a downtown area, whatever. So like they had like tents and stuff where you could buy random, knickknacks and shit. And we was like, what the niggas selling? We went over there. I was like, wait. I was like, what? Like, how are you able to do this right now? Yeah, like broad daylight. Like regular. So, and I hate edible. I really hate edible because you can't control that shit. Like,
Was it CBD?
No, it was weed. Yeah. What the fuck? So I made a poor decision to not take one of those, and so got off that bus and was rolling. But it was cool. That happened, and then I just been working all week.
I'm not an individual that can, like I'm just not an avid weed consumer.
I was about to say, hey, let me ask y'all something real quick.
Yeah.
Y'all smoke?
Occasionally.
What are you gonna say on camera, huh? Now that you just forced me to say edible, huh?
Yeah.
I don't.
Huh? You sure?
Bradley has people.
You never maybe fell down a short flight of stairs from
Are you censoring your words, Bradley? Because
From what? Huh?
Take it there. Go ahead.
yeah.
Courtney got set up, but we're not gonna get into the story. Anyway,
Are you censoring the way that you talk because you got people that listen to the pod from
maybe, who knows?
Oh, okay.
My manager. If he watching, shout out to my manager.
Yeah.
Hey man. But yes, I'm a crackhead.
Yeah.
I don't know what the crack.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I ain't gonna dab you on the crack.
All right, so 2 of the 4 will be going up. I'll join in splurge with y'all. Indulge in activity after.
Courtney, cats away, mouse play.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't want evangelists.
All right, I'll keep my little recap short, but I spent some time in Atlanta. Just got back literally yesterday. We drove there. We're a driving family.
That's fun.
Because we got the dogs and stuff, whatever. And I'd rather bring them with us than to set them up in a kennel.
Yeah.
But no, man. My pops lives out there. Didn't even realize that I coordinated being in the same city and staying with him. On the weekend of Father's Day and Juneteenth. Man, this was a beautiful Black weekend. Wasn't
It very much so was.
Yeah. Hey, and CNN was broadcasting the global celebration of Juneteenth and Black niggas galore.
Was y'all off work on Monday?
No. I mean, I don't go back to work until next month.
Oh, okay.
My paternity leave is coming to an end finally, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah.
Oh.
But no, it was a good time. Man, exhausted though. Only spent 4 days out there, but it felt like we were out there for 2 weeks. And so when we came home, the house smelled brand new and stuff. So, but yeah, shout out to all the baby fathers and the responsible fathers and responsible daddies. Celebrated my first Father's Day, and it was great. Got this new Apple Watch, so now I'm Apple Watch gang.
My shit dead in the
motherfucker. I hate the fact that you gotta trust motherfucker. This shit, guys, it's so fast.
Yeah, this all dead.
Yeah.
You such a dad day by day.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to wifey who got me this.
Step by step.
Got me some new LeBrons. I would have debuted them today and whatever, but I didn't color coordinate. I gotta take my shit to the dry clean.
You gotta find a shirt to go with them.
Yeah,
6 shirts.
Because we color coordinate. We still do.
Color coordinate with them shoes.
But no, it was really dope. Hopefully y'all did something special.
With Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Oh,
my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nigga.
That's dope.
Let's go. Let's go. Hold on.
Blackity black, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Come on.
Start twerking. Don't look at me.
Yeah.
That's the 30th?
Yeah, she start twerking.
30th birthday?
Yeah, 30, baby.
Wow.
30. How? 30?
30.
31.
31. Ooh, you out there.
Y'all relax.
Hey, how do it feel once you get past the 30? I still feel like I'm 20, right?
It's still,
I still feel like I'm young. I don't want to accept 30.
Yeah.
That's what it is, but
Yeah.
It's a mentality thing, man. It really is a mentality. Like I just like age is just attached to me, but it's not me. I don't walk around and act like or move like I'm 30 except for like in my occupation, but other than that, like you see the fucking room, you know what I mean? You see the personality in the house. You see every time like that we link up, I'm a ball of energy.
It's on the wall.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm 7 years old at heart, man. You know what I mean?
That's good shit.
I got a fucking curio cabinet right next to me with a full a whole bunch of action figures from my.
Hey Chubb.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody told me that it was taught to me too late. I already made it through the first year of my 30s to hear this, but they say that your 30s are a repeat of your 20s, like day by day.
See, I heard
but
that.
you have a choice to make different decisions because you got more money than I did at 20, than I did at 30, 31.
But they say the new 30, the 30 is the new 20, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But they said the same exact shit that happened in the same order is going to happen in the decade of your 30s as it did in your 20s.
Do y'all feel like the trend and shit is following like our
generation
age group?
Yeah.
Right.
You say the who?
Like the trends.
I should be feeling older than I do, and I feel.
I don't think so.
I think we may attach ourselves to like trendy stuff that we may not be seeing what younger people are seeing.
Younger people not seeing what we were seeing.
Right.
Because you gotta think about it. We was the first generation of like technology. Kind of, right? Like as far as iPhones, technology, social media.
Right.
So when the kids that came up under us, that's all they knew. You like we used to be the type of motherfucker, you want to go outside, play basketball. Bro, you can't get a child to go outside.
To save their fucking neck.
Yeah,
that shit wild.
It's the craziest thing. We had the perfect mix. Like we had outside. Like just you had to go. Your parents
made you go outside,
right?
Yeah, like
then we had AOL hookup or whatever shit was called. Like,
that was a different website, Courtney.
AOL. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to go on AOL. You didn't have internet because you couldn't be on the internet at the same time. Phones were ringing and all that. And then
you had to wait for the gratification of the internet.
Right.
Now these niggas, they know your password to your iPad. They're ready to hop on it. Kids will never know about drinking out of the water hose because you only had about 3-4 times to come back in through the door.
Right. Boy, that shit felt like it was the best water. Drinking out the water hose felt like the best.
It was
the best water I ever had in my life.
Yeah. All the gnats and bugs and things.
In the house, you're gonna get that ass.
Right.
Like
you can't keep coming inside and back.
Back and forth. You gonna stay in or you gonna stay out?
Right.
Yeah. Now the kids pay the energy bill for you on the iPad. Mama, I paid your internet. You got an email that said you're 2 months behind. So I went ahead and took your card.
Oh man,
I Apple paid it.
Childhood was like our childhood was lit, man.
Yeah,
just the way growing up and stuff, whatever. I feel like we got listeners that are judging. Ooh, they were drinking out the water hose and stuff, all the pathogens and all that shit.
They don't know
hey
shit.
man, fuck y'all if y'all judging us. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't no outside person. Everybody in our generation was drunk from the water.
Right.
You know
We was outside. It was outside.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we're probably the only maybe 10-year set of people, or I'll even narrow it down like 6 years, or 3 above and 3 below us that know how to address a letter. Like to mail a letter
to who,
and to struggle our way through making a TikTok.
The kids don't know how to,
Both of those.
to write cursive too.
Oh yeah, which that was bullshit anyway.
You said what?
I said we the last ones that learned how to write in cursive.
They don't teach that shit anymore.
Yeah, because that shit was fucking dumb.
Stand down.
And I knew that when I was learning. I was like, why the fuck am I changing my letters?
My wife's a teacher, so we're gonna validate that.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but
30s really isn't like. I remember when I was 20, and I was like, damn, like when people were 32, 33, I was like, kind of old. Yeah. But really, when you're 30 is hella young. Like you have so much time to you have money and you have time and you have it's the perfect balance of time where you can just do whatever you want to without. 20s was your first time doing stuff, and it was
blowing shit.
Yeah, you was making stupid mistakes. You was just
it's a learning stage.
Yeah, you come up on a little money when you're 20s. In your 20s, you're like, I'm gonna spend it. Yeah, but 30s is I'm gonna spend it. Yeah, I'm gonna spend it, but I'm gonna still spend it, but I'm
gonna spend it wisely. Right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got a little bit of responsibility still. You got
we spent a lot of money at TGI Fridays at 20.
Man, it's worth it though.
Fucking loose.
Hey, do you remember when we?
Yep.
Don't mind me, by the way. I'm just doing that
taking
first time.
Candid.
We're live on Instagram Live. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
whatever.
go.
Shout out to Jesse and JJ on set. Whatever. Sam Bell on set. Yeah, cooling and pulling.
Me and Bradley went 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Donnie dashing.
Yep. Why you have to tell the world now? With the
Oh, Sam Bell. Yeah, so
might as well throw our third person under the bus too.
So we got Sam Bell on set or whatever. We wanted to validate do they still teach cursive? How to write cursive in school? No.
They don't teach handwriting at all.
Oh wow! So how are they supposed to learn? Oh, they'd be typing it.
Yeah.
So kids don't write no more.
No.
Wow.
It's not explicitly taught.
They don't teach handwriting.
Crazy.
You don't know how to the A,
wild.
B, C, D.
I mean, with the little kids, you teach them, but usually up in elementary, it's a segment, a block of your academic day is to teach handwriting and information and these letters touch these lines and
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's kind of got to teach it as you go.
Y'all remember Type to Learn in elementary school? Where they was like F, 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 and then they could be like, Q, bitch. They used to fuck me up.
I don't remember that.
Really, y'all ain't had that? No, it was here. It was Texas. That's why I thought it was weird.
Are you from Chicago?
Originally from Chicago. I grew up in Texas.
You know that's where Marshawn from.
Huh?
You remember Marshawn? Mitch.
Yes.
You said Lynch.
Mitch. Yeah. His name Mitch. I thought he said Mitch. I'm like, how the fuck? Marshawn Clark. I think that was his last name, right?
I don't think it was it Clark?
I know he shoot videos and do all that.
All right,
right
we're
now.
doing a podcast, y'all.
Right, got this man name all on the internet.
Yeah,
Nah,
we'll
he
discuss
cool
that
shit.
after.
Shout out to him,
Free promo.
Right.
Right.
Good shit that you picked that up. That he's from the Shy.
Yeah, he dangerous. Yes, all right. I sound dangerous.
Hit the gunshots.
Yeah.
Bradley from 63rd.
Oh no, that's rude.
Oh, hey, let me get about this.
Nah.
The truth is that old block is dangerous. Motherfucker.
Let's relax. 63rd slander.
He's a bitch.
What's that from?
Pulp Fiction.
Oh,
Yeah, you didn't know.
Like, what you talking about?
maybe I'm younger than I thought.
All right.
All right,
Damn.
let's go ahead and get into news.
I'm mad we got this.
We're dedicating today's news segment to our special guest, CheckChaser Chubb. Is that CheckChaser like the prefix to your name, right? Does that mean that like you're part of like a squad or whatever? Like you know, like how like ASAP rap, like the ASAP gang and
So
okay, cool.
the thing with that, I tried it, right?
Yeah.
But it's hard doing music with other people because nobody gonna be on the same page.
Exactly.
You might be ready to like go do a video. This motherfucker not ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or it might be. It is nah.
Work ethic might not line up as well.
They don't.
Yeah.
As far as everything, studio time, work ethic, like it's like coattail. That's what I got it. So I don't
Yeah.
really,
All right. So
I
tell
mean, I
us-
got people that's in it, but they not rappers.
Yeah.
word.
And that goes all the way up to like people like ridiculously big people. Like remember Drake and The Weeknd used to be, you know, they both OVO. I ain't heard The Weeknd say shit about OVO.
Nah, we can't never OVO.
No,
Was he not?
Division.
He wasn't OVO affiliated at all?
Madre
Drake tried to sign Weeknd.
Oh, and he went the white
He
route.
went the EXO route.
Okay.
You say he went the commercial. Yeah,
I mean his.
But
his
Majid Jordan and Division and all them, I think, are
no,
OVO.
they're OVO. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
So OVO X, never mind.
They
All right.
didn't.
They were never an actual thing together.
Nah.
Wow. So they said them enough together where
He
I
had an
believe that.
interview where he was saying that's one of his that's one thing that he wished he did do was sign somehow work with Weeknd. But we going back to what we was talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Yeah.
good.
But I mean, that's on the
I'm tuned
same-
in. Yeah, it's on the same thing. I'm tuned in. I didn't know that The Weeknd was
He had his own. He went his own route.
Yeah.
that's cool though.
Did y'all like Drake's
Canadians.
new album?
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
No, so we were just talking about that in the group
Yeah.
chat.
That's
You did
very
like that
interesting.
shit, Bonk. That
It
shit
actually
bonk.
rolls, and I'm prepared to argue my point.
You said it did.
No, look, my partner like it, and we all was like, bro, what the fuck are you listening to?
Right,
I was
yeah.
listening to
House
the same
music.
thing. Like,
It's just a different genre.
it's a cleaning album. You have to be cleaning or doing some shit outside to listen to that.
You ain't got to.
You like it?
I thought at first.
Wait. Who all like the album? Let me. You like the album?
I'm gonna say this though before I say I like it or not. Have you listened to a dance album before?
No.
Or a house album at all.
Yeah. So that's why you didn't like it.
Okay, so that makes sense.
What do you consider a house album though?
So it's like
House music.
Deep inside, deep down inside.
give me an example of an artist though. Like
K Tronada. Have you ever heard of K
I
Tronada?
listen to Party
Black
Next
man
Door.
too. That's
See, so that's more R&B.
he does do some house inspired stuff though. Yeah,
Like West District.
but those are probably the songs you skip on his project.
I'm thinking, all right, look.
I jam West District.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Disclosure.
I'm thinking H&M Zara music.
Yeah.
To put
I
it
hate
like-
people saying
That's
that.
the shit.
It's the truth. It's house music.
That's the kind of album Drake got right now.
Right.
Yeah,
That's why it's
So
like
Yeah. Let me
they
say
make-
this
okay, go
about
ahead.
about the album, man. Like it's understandable why everybody that are avid Drake fans hate the album, right? If you've been kind of well, hold on, because I think a lot of people that are speaking hate on the album either just do not like house music in general,
Correct.
or they don't understand the artistry behind, behind the artist. And so Drake is expanding his catalog. He doesn't care about he's gonna get back to the hip hop shit. Of course,
He got a tape coming out.
But you got to
But-
think about the house album that Drake done before, right? My fault. I didn't mean to
that
cut you
wasn't
off.
no.
But
Go ahead.
Before that, what was
It had
called?
house tracks.
You talking
on
about
it.
the a passion fruit? Dun, 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 dun,
More
dun.
Life, I think.
That one was cool.
More Life, yeah.
He ain't never did no dance or house album.
He had house songs on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm getting to. But this is a full motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like
Full body work.
You need to get that shit
But see, that's what I'm saying. I think what it is, it's not the fact that I think the fact is Drake is such a big artist that when he dropped, he didn't give a warning that this is not going to be what y'all expect. I'm about to branch off into a new genre. So people was just like, Drake's gonna drop. When Drake dropped, without like, okay, this is not, they don't even know if it's a dance album. You listen to track 1, you're like, wait, hold up, what is this? Track 2, hold up, what is this? Track 3, 4, 5, like, bro, what the like?
Towards the end of it sounded like a hip hop
twice.
Yeah.
So you got to re-listen.
Oh, good for you. Yeah.
So I might have to go back through it again, but to me, it's just not like.
I agree, and I like house music and stuff. And at first, so I let other people hype me up into thinking that I wasn't gonna like it when they didn't even know if I like dance or house music at all. But I'm a big K-Tronada fan. I think that he missed an opportunity to really collaborate with him because I think that would have been awesome. But I heard it directly out of a phone the night it came out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to listen to myself. I listened to myself. I was like, there's some of it sounds exactly the same, but. Whoever produced that album went off. But I will say, this is, regardless of whether you like this shit or not, this is like a power move for this man. Right. And he tweeted, if you don't get it, it's okay.
Don't he have a song with Beyonce?
Oh yeah, and her,
that's the hardest song on there though. Yeah, like that's the only song that I was like, I kind of like. Right,
he got one with Beyonce on it.
Yeah, I think ain't that?
Oh, you talking about no, Beyonce just dropped the song. That's a house,
so a separate song.
Everybody on the wave right now too.
See, that's how you know I don't know about that.
Everybody on the wave, bro. But
so she dropped a sample song from her upcoming album,
Act 1 Renaissance
single.
It's a. I kind of feel like it's a.
We're getting into the house era.
No,
I would like that.
I just feel like it was like a promo, like it was promotion.
I think he was trying to get the shit out the way because Beyonce's coming.
No, okay. I really think, bro.
What
is a matter of fact? I seen Chris Brown had an interview yesterday on $1 Million Worth of Game.
I watched that.
You watched that?
I watched it. That was cool.
Yes, and he was like, I can see where and he was talking about how
Breezy just dropped too, by the way.
It did?
Well, by the time this podcast comes out. He drops tomorrow, technically.
I'm about to flip out. Okay, go ahead.
But today's Monday, basically, for the release. But yeah.
Okay,
cool.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, he was saying, he was saying like R&B. He was talking about, because people, they was like, he was like, yeah, R&B is not the same. He's like, it's not a lot of people you can look at. Like, okay, so back, like, 10 years ago, you can look at Usher. You can look at, like, there was R&B artists where you was like, like you can feel these artists.
To me, Mary J.
If you went to go see him, you you was into R&B concert. He was like, it's not a lot of R&B artists, and he was like, hip hop got a little goofy now because like a lot of artists was trying to find their identity, so they were like going to an emo phase, like to reach a certain feeling or whatever. But anyway, my whole point was, I feel like Drake, an artist that has done hip hop for so long, and you see him tapping into like different bags, like the UK bag, the dance
I remember I said power move. This is about to take this. If he wasn't already worldwide, international, this is about to skyrocket his career.
And he got a residency in Vegas.
Oh wow!
For like the next, I think he had it. He had it 2 years. Yeah, he had 3 years ago.
Really?
He had a 10-year residency in Vegas. So every month he performs and gets paid.
Chubb, you need to get you a residency somewhere.
I'm gonna go.
That's commercial money.
Africa or something. Man, look, that's why I'm telling people overseas money is a different. That's bro.
You been overseas before?
I ain't been out of Houston.
You ain't been out of Houston?
I ain't been out of Houston.
You're lying to me. Shut up.
I've been saying I was gonna take a trip for the longest, right, bro? I said as soon as I get out papers,
you want to roll with us, bro? Man, we be all over the place.
We can go do. I need to get out of Houston. Like, I feel like that shit is better. Like, that's life. Like, that's living, right? When you're going and seeing other shit, it just make you like.
It'll change your perspective, bro.
It will.
It'll change what you talk about, rap about. It's all, you know what I'm saying?
And don't let nobody force you out of the country too quick. Like, no. Experience a lot of America first, too. There's so many amazing things in America.
I ain't been in Los Angeles. I ain't been
LA.
New York, Colorado. The shit that people go to. Miami, Florida. Like,
DC, Atlanta.
None of that. Yeah. But I want to go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start going.
We're gonna get you cultured.
We gonna go. So who is top 5? Not top 5 best artists. Not top 5 best rappers. Who is your top 5? I'm like, you hopping in the car. Who are you listening to? Top 5.
Kevin Gates.
In any particular order, or are you just top 5?
Just top 5, right? Gate. I don't really listen to nobody else, bro.
But yourself.
Kevin Gates.
Hey,
you and Kevin Gates.
That'll roll.
My jam.
You drive,
I listen to
42
D Baby.
Dog?
I listen to D Baby. He cool. He from my hill.
Duke Deuce?
Kind of Duke. Nah, I don't see. I don't jam. I can't jam that shit. Like what the fuck? Like bro, then I don't know. It's just like
it depends on what your speaker setup is. In the
everybody rapping about like the same shit. Right. Everybody drill. Everybody kill. Everybody like when that shit die. What are you gonna talk about?
That's
like,
what I like about you as an artist. But you're very versatile.
That's what it's about. That's what's good about being an artist. Being an artist, bro, people focus on like for the moment, right? If we saying that, but when you an artist and you're doing music, you have to focus on longevity. You want people to be able to listen to your music 20 years from now,
right?
Mm-hmm. Like, just imagine we get 50 and 60, right? We not about to be driving around this bitch listening to nothing talking about pull up, pop, baby.
Yeah, I might.
Just don't feel.
I think I'm ghetto enough, but
I ain't gonna. But you still got people that's 60 that do shit like that though. You know what I'm saying? So like, but the percentage wise, what like 80 to 20?
Yeah. Them niggas listen to Isaac Brothers and
well, the thing is that was controversial. That was controversial for them at the time. So it's like maybe that music ain't got that old yet. So you never know.
Yeah,
I hope it doesn't go into
get that old though. That's the thing. Like, it's certain shit that you like. Okay, I know this gonna be like super cool down the line, right? But you got some shit like that's pushing it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna jam that shit down the like Push Right, Get It Back in Blood. Or we gonna be listening to Get It Back in Blood?
Actually, Back in Blood might be on a rotation for me. As many times, there's so many memories attached to the address from that song that I might listen to that regularly.
I mean, you all right. Nah.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
I see what you mean, though.
Yeah, you know, but it just you gotta look at shit like that too. You know what I'm saying?
So, since we're in the top in the segment of news, right? You got a new EP that just came out, Golden Child. Yeah, tell us like the motivation and the meaning behind that.
Like the whole album based on being like a golden child, like golden child coming up from nothing but still making something, right? Like that whole album break down the meaning of it. From funny how it was just like you probably had motherfuckers doubting you, saying everything, saying this, saying that, but now it's like damn, they see it. Everybody gonna see it. When they see it, it's like it be too late for it now. That's just like calendars. It's kind of more like for females, but men can relate to it too, though. Yeah. Like it just depends on how you take it. But it's like that Diamonds in the Sky. It's just everything. The whole album is basically on being the golden child, like coming from a black sheep to being the golden child. Like that's the whole album. So
yeah.
And I try to keep it on that same vibe. Like I had some shit I was gonna put on. I was like, I was gonna make it an album. It was supposed to be an album. But I went back through it and I ain't like some of the tracks I had, it wasn't on the same
on the same frequency
algorithm as that shit. And I was like, I ain't fucking with it.
And you got to respect the artistry behind that, right? Like when an artist like diligently cares about the chemistry of the sound, right?
It's looking out for the listener,
right? If I'm putting out a project, I'm not going to put like a whole bunch of blended stuff unless the title of the album or the EP matches that vibe and that energy. And I hate when an artist like puts out a project with a fancy, trendy cover or album cover, and doesn't relate at all to the content within the project. Yeah, and so Golden Child, from start to finish, when I was listening to it earlier this week, man, like it all made sense. Then it gave me another perspective on who CheckChaser Chubb is. Whatever. It's more behind the person, you know, that is in the name, right? Yeah. Like you're letting us in. So what was your favorite track from the EP?
I like the whole track. I like the whole EP. But my favorite is Diamonds in the Sky. Diamonds in the Sky are old things.
Can we play a clip real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's see what we got over right here.
Check, down for a long
They got a bar.
This is Diamonds in the Sky. CheckChaser Chubb.
But baby, this a new whipping, we ain't even dry that. Baby, round table meeting, they and all. But baby, we still shine bright.
Hey.
In the sky. Baby, we still shine bright. Looking like a neon light. I was down for a long time, love. No complaining, held it down till the sun came up. Then one round could be found, my love. Same shit that they had did when I had no buzz. Now it's funny how they all on board. See that money really high, I pout that up. But I'm feeling kinda lost, my love. You the the same one that said I would never be none. They would ride till the wheels fall off. But baby, this a new whip and we ain't even drive that. I know them people thought I wouldn't shine like a star. Now look at baby, round table meeting, they ain't off. But baby, we still shine bright.
All right. That was Diamonds in the Sky. CheckChaser Chubb, ladies and gentlemen. That was solid, man.
That was really.
I know you singing on that, bro.
Yeah, I would like to hear.
I wasn't really just singing, but I was harmonizing.
Yeah, no.
I want to hear that in the car. That's singing.
Yeah.
According to the definition of singing, that's singing.
Yeah.
I mean,
he not a
don't
singer.
be scared of the connotation.
No, like you know, like shit. I get on that horn, bro. Look, I sing. I ain't tripping. But it was like more like the melodic. Like it was singing, but with like a rap, hip hop type shit. So, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Oh, that was rolling. I like that.
Appreciate
you?
That's me.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's not me.
It's first time recording.
That's definitely you.
Oh,
it's playing through the
speaker.
Disconnect the speaker. Yeah.
My bad.
All right. Cool. Appreciate that little breakdown of your EP. Hey, Golden Child project by CheckChaser Chubb. Y'all go and cop that on all music platforms, right?
Yeah. Streaming on our platform.
All right, dig, man. Yeah. So let's get into. Oh, go ahead.
Before we speed past this, you ain't really tell us who is CheckChaser Chubb? Like who are you as an artist? If you could say like if you have to describe yourself, who are you to listeners?
And I'm still the same person I was before I was CheckChaser Chubb. Like
okay,
and who was that?
Anything I'm a man, right?
Right.
My government, Bernard. Like I still stand on that. Like I just feel like a lot of people miss opportunities and fuck up opportunities because they get big headed. Even like no matter how big you get, how much money you got to stay level minded. You got to stay level headed. Like quick as you got that shit, the quicker you lose it. So I kind of I don't try to act like I'm better than nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to act like I got more than them. Like I probably post on Instagram like outfits and shit, but I don't really post money a lot like
you post funny shit too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I try to stay on level grounded, regardless. Yeah. Like I'm saying, like if I'm go get a $5 million deal right now, bro, I'm still gonna come back.
Yeah,
and like
fuck with the community, fuck with your partners. Yeah,
I have. And my barber was asking me this. He was like, "So, bro, if you was to get signed right now, cause we having a debate about motherfuckers going to pay $5,000 for a haircut, $1,000 for a haircut, bro." I say, bro, before I come to you and I give you $100, right? I'm already paying fucking $45 for a haircut, right? So you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna go pay. He was like, but it don't matter. Like if you're around Lil Baby and they all finna go, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro,
yeah,
I'm gonna fuck with them later.
Right. I see y'all a little bit.
I'm saying, like, bro, 5 racks for a chop? Nah, hell nah. You know what I can do with 5,000?
I feel like that's why people fuck with you, because you still yourself. You still show like the funny side,
humility,
all the person. You're right.
Yeah,
and I be catching motherfuckers like I be catching people out in public and. You know what I'm saying? I still act like the same. Like,
that's what's
still
up.
The same. Like,
CheckChaser Chubb, ladies and gentlemen.
Humble CheckChaser Chubb.
Yo. All right, so let's get into some
bullshit.
Walkery. Yeah, some bullshit. The shit portion of
not the title, shit portion. Yeah.
So
final S.
Since we have a rapper, an artist, if you will, I feel like I have to call you an artist, Chubb. You know what I'm saying? Because you more than just like a rapper.
Yeah, definitely.
We're gonna talk about quite a myriad of things, right? Is music and me and Courtney were kind of like talking offline a couple of weeks ago about the state of music right now as we see it. And, you know, it's subjective, meaning that everybody has a different perspective on it. Yeah. And right now, is music coming out way too often? Like we have releases every single week, and it's dozens of artists that are coming out with music every week. Y'all think that the music industry and just the music airwaves are being completely saturated right now with just the constant repetitive weekly daily release of music and content?
But everybody
I'll let y'all go
rap.
Yeah, I'll let y'all go.
So at the top of the show I talked about like how you dropped 5 projects, right? You were on some like Ludacris shit. I remember when Ludacris used to drop an album every year, whatever. So with you putting out 5 projects like last year, right? did you feel like that was like too much, or do you feel like that was a requirement for you to put that out? Because you had to stay relevant.
Shit, if I could have did more, I would have did more.
Yeah. You know, I mean, you just enjoy making music, or do you feel like that you have to make music to stay relevant, and it's part of like you getting the check?
It's both.
Right.
Like, I mean, you gotta like it to do it. You gotta love it to do it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna do shit. But as far as you gotta stay consistent, right?
Right.
But I feel like it's not for everybody.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of people listen to music. I think everybody listens to music.
Everybody listens to music,
right?
But it's a lot of people. It's a lot of music people don't listen to too,
right?
You know, so I just feel like it all depends. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. I don't knock no rappers. Like if you ass, you suck. That's on you.
So let's talk about
like if you suck.
I'm not gonna say it like that because you never know who know. I might think you ass, but you might go. I might do a song with you, and you go take that bitch somewhere and get signed. So I never like not do a song with nobody because I feel like they not good enough.
And that expands your catalog too. And
even if you know what I'm saying, he's not good. His client, his little, you know what I'm saying, his fans and his little groupies or whatever he got. You gonna get that same crowd, especially when you better than him.
But do you think rap culture is changing for the worse right now? Because that's kind of like what me and Courtney were talking about. Like,
that's what I was gonna say too. You was like, is it too consistent? No, it's not too consistent. But everybody sounding like motherfuckers got to start rapping alike too.
That's where I was gonna go with that, Chubb. I was like,
I forgot what he was saying. I'm like,
it's not the amount of music. It's the amount of music that sound the same.
Yes, motherfuckers like, damn,
or people not sounding authentic. Like, it be killing me.
So I posed that first question because I feel like that niggas can't even memorize a song nowadays because there's so much music that comes out. And
I mean, you know what it is though? I think, in my opinion, I think it's like versus when we was bro, we might have been living through the same thing when we was coming up. We just didn't realize it. But I think now like there's been like trends of music. Yeah. When I say trends, like really trendy. Like there's been artists who have come and gone, like have got their bag and left and can't really make music again. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Fetty Wap. Yeah, it's artists who came and gone and who've made a hit, and not saying they couldn't have done it again, but it was appropriate for the time that it came out.
That gets into our Andre 3000 point that we were talking about a couple of episodes ago, like how he just understood, like I want to be popping, or I can't make music that will touch the masses.
That's kind of interesting because it's like a dual-edged sword. Because I guess you could say that he says that because it's too crowded of a market, so his quality work won't be heard. But also, you could say it's like my argument when we were having that conversation a few episodes ago was like, who cares who's listening to it? If you like making music,
right,
and you know, and it's good music, and we know it's good music because we've seen you do it time and time again. Why reserve yourself because of what the market looks like? So like, where are your priorities as an artist, especially a rich one, right? So you're already rich, so like, why not just put out whatever the fuck you want to? Like, if you love making music,
it's legacy, bro. I think that makes sense.
I don't think it tarnishes legacy.
Not saying it tarnishes, bro, but like, so for perspective, Andre came. He was in an interview. I think I was telling JT this. I was telling all y'all this. He was like, because I think the interviewer was like, well, Andre, why don't you make music anymore? He said, I have a lot of respect for artists who continue to make music past their prime, past their time, and who can stay consistent and make music and be relevant. But he said there's a majority of artists.
Relevancy part.
There's a majority of artists that continue to make music and miss the mark because it's so like the industry is so trendy. Yeah. So like I think we was talking about this, like how an artist like a J. Cole, he's having
one of my favorite. I forgot to mention that too. J. Cole, one of my favorite artists too. I fuck with J. Cole.
Right. So but you can see his growth. And I say, you can see his growth. I say growth. You can see the way he's had to like, the way his flow has changed according to the time. You know what I'm saying?
From way back from Dreamville to
as it's supposed to. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But more importantly, what I'm trying to say is you can even look like you can look at Kendrick Lamar, his most recent tape. Anybody like 22 and younger, they're not fucking with.
They not, and that whole hard.
It's hard, but it's, you know what I mean. And even I said it on the previous podcast. I was like, I gotten so used to like music that is so like bro. If I had a long day at work and I hate in the car and I want to listen to some music, I want to listen to something I can just vibe to, get home. Yeah. Kendrick Lamar stuff made me think, and I'm like, man, have I come to a point where I don't even want to think no more on the track? Like, I don't want to think about what the artist is saying. I really want to just hear some, like,
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it don't matter what the popularity of it is. If you like that artist, you listen to their music. Like, I really have to go back and listen. I'm not going to take your quote on Andre 3000 because, think about how many. So Andre 3000 is a legacy artist already. He already has a legacy. This man is 1 million years old. Okay. He has a child with Erykah Badu.
He's like 40.
So,
he's not a million.
Like, this man is, his career is basically, it's run its course. Like he said, like, okay, somebody past their prime still making music and they're missing the mark. I'm like, again, I'm gonna go back to my first point, was the fact that he's already made his mark on the world. So why not continue to make music? And then people get lucky like that. Like, think about how many artists like made 4 trash albums between somewhere, and they're at the end of their career, and they still have a hit single.
But bro, Andre's not that artist though.
If you, we're just looking at this like a formula, right? Because obviously,
but it is though. It's a formula, right? Everything is timing, right? You got to think about if some of the songs that was put out right now was put out back then, that should be crazy. But everything is reversing, like Duke Deuce. Yeah, he bringing crunk music back. Right, you know what I'm saying? You got everything is just rotating, bro. Like all the shit that we were jamming, fucking I know Silk Sonic. Y'all yep. You got like that's all old school shit, but with a new twist on it. Like everything is just repeating itself.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think it's weird to like say that. To predict how your music's going to land on generations or on artists, on the industry, because niggas, if people like something, they will listen. That is just the end of the day.
What he was trying to say was, and I think maybe you got to listen to maybe the quote would do this like whole argument justice, but like I feel like he was saying he was making so Andre can hop on like a Kanye track randomly and 2 albums away, and that should be hard, right? 1 track, but that's Andre, because Andre has a lane. But I'm thinking what he's trying to say is, as far as him coming out with a full tape, his life is so different now. You know what I'm saying? He's not living through hip hop today, and hip hop is culture. So culture is what we're doing right now. What influences us? Yeah, that's not influencing him. He's 40, almost going to 50. I don't know how old he is, but he's just not in tune with what's going on. So he was saying basically, shout out to the artists who can do that, but it's a lot of artists who are not doing that and are.
Where does he think he fits in? Did he talk about where he fits in?
It was just a statement about.
Okay. In addition to what Courtney said, and you brought up a formidable point too about the Silk Sonic. I'm about to touch base on that, but with the Andre piece, right? I think there's some relevancy too into what he's saying in terms of there's a reason why artists like me, and I'm speaking as Andre, right, aren't coming out with music like that, because not only do I not relate to it, and but I don't contribute to that audience. And if I come out with something, the formula. I'm coming out with material that is relatable to me, that I've gone through and experienced, and when I'm talking with a point, and I'm talking with reason. And so there might not be necessarily a reason for me to speak. Hence why when he last performed, everybody was bashing him.
I would take that so much more as an answer than what you said he said.
Right.
But so, go ahead.
But I think that's kind of like what I didn't hear the interview, but I feel like that based off of the context that Courtney was providing, I feel like that's what the point he was trying to drive home. Okay. And then with the Silk Sonic piece, I feel like that artists that regurgitate and revitalize music from the past. And bring it and introduce it to new generations that have never heard of Smokey Robinson or like the Commodores or artists like that from the 70s and the 80s. That they're doing them a favor and doing justice to the music industry and just music at its finest, right? Because it's showing you, like a lot lot of people think, okay, Hitmaker. He used to be Young Berg, but
Hitmaker,
he goes by Hitmaker now. All the songs that most of the songs that he does are regurgitated.
Most producers are like that,
right? Exactly.
Most of them,
right? Exactly. But most of them make samples, right?
Most of Drake's tracks,
most of Kanye's tracks all have a sample.
Most fucking samples,
right.
Oh yeah, he does.
But there's beauty in the samples because like that was not only historic pieces that were made originally by like geniuses, right? Marvin Gaye is debatably the best artist of all time, in my opinion, because of like just everything that man saw and went through and experienced, and he put that on wax, right? And so when you got people that are constantly recycling that into and incorporating that and blending that, remixing that into today's sound, that's a beautiful thing.
It so much is.
And you can't knock a person or an artist by saying like, oh man, you biting off of that. You're not creative enough to pull from the past. That is creativity.
It's two sides. Yeah. Right. Like if you think about it, like a sample, like people have sample arguments every time a song would come out. They got a popping sample on it, you know, especially if there's another song that samples that same song. They're like, oh, it's just a sample, you know, he's just recreating it. It's like, that's the creative part, is that you put a spin on it that's different from, you know, the original, but also there's the other side of that knife or sword there is that you're also carrying on that song for legacies to come. So like that child that hears that song as new to them, you can explain the history of the song they sample when they can understand it, but guess what? They're gonna know that song.
And and guess what too? Because fast forward to like 20, 30 years from now, right? When Kanye is walking around with a cane and stuff, and people are like talking about, man, I like an artist or some like a listener is like, man, I remember when he came out with Slow Jams. That was my favorite song. Oh, well, did you know that Slow Jams was sampled by Luther Vandross and stuff? I'm like, who's Luther Vandross? And then now you're just exploring the whole new catalog, and you just did that for that one person. Not just it's cool, whatever. I had somebody comment saying that they like the dogs on the pod.
That's why I wish TJ was here, because I know this man has been listening to. There's a new Burna Boy song with Tony Braxton. I ain't never heard Tony Braxton sampled on nothing. Like, really? Yeah, I don't know if it has anything to do with her bankruptcy or anything, but and whether she owns her masters. But but Burna Boy sample Man Enough. It wasn't man enough for me, bro. That song I'm like hard. And people love a Burna Boy like single. I don't know if I could do a whole album Burna Boy, but I'm like, oh, this shit roll. Like,
I remember when I used to confuse Deborah Cox with Deborah Cox songs with
Tony Braxton style.
I used to, when she did, you remember when, and Tamia. Remember when Tamia made that song?
Wow.
There's a stranger in my house. For whatever reason, I used to thought
they were all popular at the same time,
but they all kind of sounded similar, right? I thought that song was made by Deborah Cox. And I thought that, how did you get
You thought that was Tony Braxton?
I thought that was Tony Braxton.
Shut the
Come on, son.
You're lying to me on a pissy mattress.
Mind blown, right?
Who is that? Who made that song?
Deborah Cox is.
Deborah Cox did that? Okay, yeah. I mixed them.
Wow, you did it too?
I thought it was Tony Braxton too.
It's because y'all grew up in the same area of America.
Yeah. That's the beautiful thing about growing up in Houston too. Like you are embedded. You have no choice but to just know who all these legendary artists and soulful R&B, neo soul music artists are.
Do you think you have a Houston flavor to your music?
Now, people say I don't sound like I'm from Houston. I always hear that a lot. I don't try to sound like I'm from Houston, though.
That's why it's mind-blowing when you say that you haven't been really outside of Houston or whatever, but your music sounds like other
what people be saying.
Demographics and geographic places. Like,
I feel like we the, like...
That was stupid. Sorry. That was, I was. No, it wasn't. You got it out.
You try to say like that. I mean, Houston is like the home of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it. Like, everybody was talking about DJ Screw. Just Pimp C Bun. They not even from Houston, but they, you know what I'm saying, they love Houston culture. Like, they talking about, like, everybody take shit from Houston.
They do.
You got people in Colorado and Nebraska sipping oil.
You do have to recant that statement, though. Hip hop was definitely birthed in New York.
He said home, though. He didn't say it was birthed here, but he says current home.
But you got to think about
one of the homes.
You got to think about how New York, the East Coast and the West Coast was sounding, though, when Patton was out. They still had the same sound as down south.
We definitely have an influence in hip hop culture for sure, and it's definitely one of the homes that hip hop can come and stay at. Yeah, for sure,
most definitely.
We set a trend.
Let's get into that other piece that we were talking about, right? About rap being too slow and emotional right now. So Courtney had shared an excerpt from that Cardi B had put on Twitter, I believe. And she said, "These rappers nowadays, all of them want to die." The I like it MC added. All right, and they all want to die. All these niggas want to stop doing. All these niggas need to stop doing lean and smoking weed. You know, this is the thing about these rappers, right? They get money, they start buying too much motherfucking weed, too much lean, and they make that slow shit. The club needs me. The strippers need me. The hoes need me. The motherfucking get money niggas need me. I want to shake some ass. So she kind of has a point that we were talking about last season about the club isn't fun anymore.
Okay,
go check that episode out. By the way, that's one of our
I would say that
episodes. But
she complaining, but really, okay, you saving us, sure, save us then. Then the thing is, that's the changing landscape in hip hop right now. Like you see female rappers, women rappers who are women. I don't like the word female. Rappers who are women, they're the ones that you hear the most in the club now. Like they're the vibe right now. And then like when we get in our car, it's all of our male favorites in the car. You know, like it's that slow shit, or you know something that you wouldn't necessarily expect to hear in the club. Like the one track that's on Kendrick Lamar shit, Silent Hill. I'll be rolling to that hoe, but I better not hear that in the address. Yeah. So, but
fuck up your vibes, huh?
Yeah. So she complaining, but they picking up where there's space for them to, you know, to make the biggest impact. And I think they're doing a great job.
You got some input on this? Since you, what are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts. I think she's coming from stripper culture too. So it's like I think she's coming from a mindset of like Cardi B was a stripper, so she was like I feel like
where
she's
stripper music.
Yeah, she's lit, like bro, like
but she up in the culture like that. She's outside too. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's what she's kind of like speaking to. She's like kind of like what Bradley said. I don't want to hear Silent Hill when I'm in a section at an address.
I think what she's saying is like kind of what I was saying earlier. Like a lot of artists, like it's not the same. A lot of artists are attached to a couple of different, like a couple of sounds. Mm-hmm. Which is popular, so a lot of people sound the same because they attach themselves to that sound, and a lot of it's not like the traditional like music that you can play in the club, or which is the reason why the whole culture has changed. Like the nightlife has changed. When you go to a club now, girls are not dancing on guys. People are in like their own sections, and girls are dancing with themselves. Guys are just posted up. I think that's what she's saying. She's like, "What happened? Like, why are we so like?"
If that's the case, she's a part of that reason. It's like she's singing women's empowerment music to trap beats in the club, and they go up. So why are we surprised that it's not like a fully women's empowerment experience at the club?
I don't think she's part of the problem. I think she's part of the reckoning of getting it back to where things used to be, where we used to get rolled up and shit or whatever.
I'm saying under your reasoning, then she would be a part of the problem.
I just feel like female rappers are nastier than men, though.
Yeah,
like female rappers say shit.
I love that shit
that some men can't say. Like men rappers can't say.
Mm-hmm. And it's okay. Know your lane. Know your role. You gotta know
but in a club, what do you? Club DJs play music to make women dance.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They gonna play the shit that women gonna want to hear.
Mm-hmm. So hey, that's a good point though. Hold on, because
that's a big point.
You know what's crazy? Like 2022, you can't like, bro. If you look at, so you were saying before, you was like, no, maybe somebody. I don't know who said this. Music is not the same. You can't say the same things. You're right. You can't, like, bro. If you go back to even 2014, maybe 2012. Okay. Even like a B King, you remember B King in Houston? Yeah,
okay. B King still go up in the club in Houston.
He goes up, but like B King can't make the same. He can't say the same lyrics that he used to say. He probably could get away with it, but it'll for sure be controversial if he put it out.
Doing it.
But
he hasn't changed a bit.
Nah, bro.
That man ain't changed at all.
Every single he came out with was a college
He just put out a song last month that said, "Pop that pussy on your homegirl if you died gay."
But the thing is,
he can say whatever he wants.
That's not gonna go viral. Like it's not gonna reach where it reached 8 years ago, and we was in a club dancing to it, and girls was dancing, and we ain't think nothing of it because we was like.
We were also a different age than we are now too. So
but if
maybe
a female would have made that song, that beat, like what he's saying, if a female would have made that B King
at
song,
that time,
or the one that he just dropped, the Pop Ma, if a female would have made that song, that bitch would be stupid right now. It'd be going dumb in the club right now. Right. It just be like, bro, females can say anything.
It's the vessel,
as long as it sounds good and it can be played in the club. They just want, and females talk nasty.
Shout out all the big booty hoes.
Club God.
Thank you for blessing us.
Yes, Lord. This shit used to just.
It's the yes, Lord.
Throw that ass. Hold up, bitch. Throw that ass. Hold up, bitch.
So like 2011.
This like 2011.
This how you go dumb in the club though.
Yeah.
It's
really the claps.
Yeah. That's
what got the girls up.
And now you go dumb in the club.
All right.
You living out your DJ dreams, nigga?
Not my DJ dreams. I just was taking myself back. I mean, like, Chubb was on to something when he mentioned DJs. I think the DJs are the ones that are changing the culture, and one can say, "Oh, well, that's subjective, whatever." The DJs go based off of what we're liking and fucking with on the music and stuff. No, niggas are paying money to get their records played on the radio, but the world is going to respond and to what we want and what we like, right? Based off of the record sales and stuff, whatever. That's why niggas are making a concerted effort to try to really be number one in the first and second weeks of their drops or whatever. They're trying to get people's attention because that's the hottest commodity right now. Is niggas' attention. And so I think with DJing, it's a little bit of that, like playing what's hot, but to also like kind of get their name out as well. And like, okay, I'm gonna play what I think the people want to hear and whatnot. But the shit that's necessarily trending isn't necessarily the shit that's hot and is gonna make people move, right? You gotta read the crowd. And I challenge all my DJs out there, man, if you listen to the pod, play shit that you know that people are gonna want to feel and they're gonna make them move.
Now, but you know what it is too, though, bro? It's not just the DJ. Like, I think
the goal is to make women move.
But I realize this too because I've been in a club like recently, and girls will come pull up to a club and dance and like within themselves. The problem I think too is the club setup is like completely different too. You ever go to a club? There's no way, bro. Like, you go to the club, if you don't have a section at a spot,
you assed out.
Right.
You looking lost.
You look stupid, right? You just like, because the thing is, most clubs nowadays is like 100% section. So either you got a section on the outside, or they got a bar, and then you just gotta like, if you don't have a section, you just kind of like walking around. You know what I'm saying? So like,
let me pose a question to the panel and to the audience. Do you have a problem with being in the club and not having a section?
Yeah. I don't even go to clubs.
You don't even go to the club?
Unless I'm doing a show.
Why not? Unless you're doing
dangerous.
a show. Yeah.
Nah, for real. Like, I don't do the typical rapper shit. Like, Jesse? I don't do hanging. I don't go to clubs unless it's like for shows. No. I couldn't. Who you be in the club?
We was in the club on Tuesday.
It all depends too on in the area too. Like, you can probably go to Midtown and be cool, right? But I just feel like the clubs that they gonna jam shit.
Midtown racist as fuck.
It all depends on where you go though.
No, it doesn't. I've never been somewhere where I did not feel
I went to
uncomfortable because of my blackness.
It's hard for me to vibe in a place that I feel
Midtown.
I got threw out of a place that is known to be extremely racist in several cities in which this bar exists. I got thrown out like Jazz from Fresh Prince for having on a chain around my neck.
But, all right, now that they do be they do,
and it wasn't like it was like some shit like this in 2000 and fucking like I just lost crazy. Sound in my left. I mean, all right. Oh, there you go. But yeah, in like 2014, the day prior, I will say, the day prior, I tried to get in there on a Friday. And my homeboy had on a grill. And then he also quoted my chain in the moment too. It was like, okay, no chains, no grills. But they gonna let somebody in there with flip flops and cargo shorts.
So they be doing me like that.
So then we came back the next day. I tucked my chain in, which it was again it was something similar to this. So, and at the time that wasn't very fashionable. Yeah. So they let us in, right? My homeboy took his grill out, whatever. Do you know it took him 45? It was like 30-45 minutes. Do you know somebody came and found me? Was like, "You're the same nigga from last night." He flashed a flashlight around my neck. Realized I had a chain on. Like, threw me out of a place that starts with a D in Midtown.
Yeah,
Dogwood.
Dogwood.
Racism. Yes.
I never been there. I heard about it, but I never been.
There used to be one called Gas Lamp too. That was very.
Dogwood isn't racist like that anymore, though.
Oh,
like,
you sure?
But all downtown like that though. You can't go like ripped jeans. You gotta have casual shoes and shit. Like,
and I think that is racist. Y'all don't find no racial element to that?
I mean, you gotta understand.
People walk right. Talk about some dogwoods not like that anymore. You're adjusting how you wear things to get there. Like, yes, it's still like that.
Depending on what the vibe is. But I'm not the type of individual where I'm gonna seek my way into a place where I don't belong. You know what I'm saying? Right. If you're not accepting me for who the fuck I am and what I'm wearing, then I'm not in that bitch. Right?
But at the same time too, it's like
depending on who you with.
No, it's not even that. You're right, but generally, I have an issue with you having a place thinking that it's okay to have a stipulation for people wearing a chain or. Oh, I remember one time we went to a spot in Midtown, and I had on like some designer shoes, and dude had no idea. He's like, no Jordans. I'm like, bro, he's not even Jordan. Like,
they be on bullshit.
You know what I'm saying?
There's been so many articles written, like they almost, I can imagine that the management of these places coach them on how to sound as racist as possible without having any documentation, documentable ways. I'm like, I know exactly what you mean when you say no. And that's a dead ringer right there. Like, no Jordans. Those look like Jordans.
So, they're not Jordans. Houston is majority minority.
Yeah.
So like, what the fuck? You know,
so my question is, if you know that an establishment isn't accepting your kind,
that's why I haven't gone to Midtown since 2014 to party.
Exactly.
To the club.
Yeah.
I've been to Midtown. Midtown, it don't happen every time. Sometimes you'll get that.
Yeah.
Most of the, I think nowadays, like the bouncers are even young, like they're young. It, it's not.
But you also dress according to the occasion too.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. You be wearing your loafers, you wear your slacks, you wear your button up, or whatever.
Nah, I don't want
to.
That's too hot.
Well, you used to wear that shit, huh?
Or you can look like a casual white man and get up in there.
They tell
easy.
you like you can wear casual shit, but what is casual? Like
casually white,
casual shoes, right? But
casually white,
whatever they deem casual,
right?
Toms and shit. Fucking Toms and the
typically
Tommy Hilfiger shirt.
The problem is your skin ain't casually white, so it don't really matter. The point I was trying to make by my story is that it doesn't really matter what the fuck you try to do to assimilate. They're gonna try their hardest to not let a nigga up in there.
Right.
And the only place, like, people go to Bell Station and stuff, but I still feel it in there. It's like kind of
Bell Station's my spot.
I still feel it.
Amali, that's black on.
You would get in there dressed like you are right now. They would think that you got all white friends dressed how you are right now.
That's fine.
If I try to go up in there with what I have on, which is just as casual, right?
As this?
Yeah, I think it's just as you said that was comfortable to you. I'm so comfortable right now.
You're gonna get in that shit.
Closer. I mean, I'll get into Bell Station, but again, if that a choice between me and Courtney,
it's a vibe.
They would choose Courtney's way he's dressed right now over what I have on.
But if the four of us walked up to Bell Station right now,
I got on shorts.
No, I think
you out of there.
Oh yeah, they like
probably get in Bell Station. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bell Station is different.
Yeah,
it's like
any other place downtown, midtown.
I still feel the energy.
You probably wouldn't get.
I still feel the energy.
To our audience, right? Like, there are certain ways to get into establishments, right? It all depends on the particular situation. And look at that, Jesse bringing out drinks, right? Where's my drink at? No, I got it in my hand. No, but I think that it's based on who you know at the club, and if you don't know anybody, then it's like, okay, well, what is my entourage looking like?
Yeah,
like, what do we all look like? Are we all wearing the same shit?
Yeah,
or like, are we kind of like in a sense to where I know Bradley and Courtney are dressed a certain way. Me and JT aren't necessarily dressed accordingly, but because we're with them and they cool and they bring a certain vibe. They need some color up in here or whatever. They're gonna let us in. They're
gonna tax the fuck out of us.
Yeah,
like extra $40.
That used to work, but it stopped working a long time ago.
So let me ask you this then. All right, so you bring up a great point. Would you rather be taxed or rather be kicked out completely?
I'd rather go spend my money somewhere for black people.
I'm not paying $40 extra to get in the club.
Yeah, no.
Especially if this motherfucker free before.
I don't even do that shit at black clubs where they don't allow hats. Like fucking Chapman and Kirby. If I ain't got no haircut, I'm wearing a hat, and if you're not letting me in there, fuck y'all.
Yeah, some of them do be like that. No hats.
Black people have their own dress code.
What's the problem with hats?
It's all. I don't like this assumption based on people's wear.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't.
I mean, probably some little.
They feel like you're trying to be
a knife or something.
Incognito.
I mean,
yeah, right.
What fuck can you put up there? Cocaine packs?
Yeah, maybe.
Right. At least.
And if so, that means that more people coming in to come get my shit.
And Houston is very lenient compared to other stuff. Like, bro, try to pull the shit that we do, like in LA, nigga. Oh my god.
Actually, I will say. So
New York is pretty lenient too, as far as
really?
Yeah. DC. You just got to know the particular area that you're in or whatever. DC's pretty chocolate for the most part.
I heard DC bad. I heard it's bad in DC.
It can be bad. It can be just as bad or worse than Austin sometimes, just because they're really trying to enforce because they're really trying to enforce like a standard, right? Mm-hmm. Like they like the point that Bradley was alluding to was like, I'm trying to tell you that we don't want niggas in here without telling you that we don't want. Yes, exactly, right. And so you just got to kind of know the vibe. Like, but I think what gets people real fucked up in shitty situations is because the entourage that they're with, their friends will get in, but they'll be the last one, that won't be able to get in. And my thing is, like, if we all went out right now and we know Chubb is the outfit that would be questionable, blend fucking Chubb in, like make him second or third or whatever.
Okay, I shouldn't have to do that to go spend my money in your location.
But you ought to see us and be like,
and that's
come
why,
on,
boy.
But you got to think about, like, why are we in the fucking line in the first place? It's because we're trying to get into the club to experience that vibe.
After I know that vibe comes with me sacrificing who I am to walk through the doors of the establishment, I'm never coming back. Yeah. Let's be very clear. I don't care if I snuck up in there with whatever the fuck I had on. This does not represent. I don't care who up in there. It could be fucking Jesus. Not okay. I said fucking the hell of that.
I was about to say,
it could be anybody.
You got a bathroom? Bro, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Bad. Me too.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I ain't want to interrupt.
I'll go ahead and put a pause on this.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get back to this DJ point, right? Like, about being in the club and stuff, whatever. Chubb, I know you said that you don't really be in clubs like that unless you're performing, but do you have a club hit? Like, out of like your whole catalog, whatever, you got shit that be banging in the club and stuff, whatever, where girls can shake some ass too? Yeah.
All kinds of shit.
Now, why? Because right? Like, you experienced that shit before.
I just feel like females gonna jam your shit. Females make niggas listen to shit. Like,
thank you.
You get a call with, you know what I'm saying? I get into the call with my girl probably, you know what I'm saying, jamming Gates. Some all new shit by whoever it is, and you be like, damn, who is that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a female gonna always jam you, and niggas always around females. They gonna be like, they might be hating or be, you know what I'm saying, mad for the mom, but nigga low key like that whole kind of call.
Yeah, that's my charge to DJs. Is I feel like that DJs need to think, like, be considerate of what women want to listen to that are in the club presently, right? Not all like just be mindful of your audience, all right? So if I have like a whole bunch of like Chicago women that's up in there, whatever, they probably won't want to listen to go-go music or
go-go music.
I mean, not go-go music. I'm sorry, DC, whatever, DC women. Right?
Okay.
So
they
like,
might want to beat their feet.
Right. They want to dance, whatever. Just for the most part, women come to the club because they want to dance. They want to have a good time and whatnot, because they know all eyes and attention are going to be on them unless a fucking rapper or celebrity walks in that bitch. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
makes sense.
And if I'm a DJ, why is it not my goal to make them dance?
Right.
Because the niggas going to do and move however the women do, right?
Yeah.
So, exactly. And so with the points that Bradley and Courtney were bringing up about like this, the section and the way that that the club is set up with tables all over the place and whatnot, and the reason why I posed that question, like, oh yeah, Jesse, you all right? So we got a couple of folks in the background or whatever that are on set right now. Shout out to Jesse and JJ. But my question to you were bringing up something about like. You would still come into the club even if you don't have a section, right?
No, I'm going only if I got a section.
Oh, you're only going if you got a section.
I think it's financially smarter.
Yeah, it is. Actually, it's a cheaper time. Actually,
get you a free bottle.
6 people in the section. We all put up $50. That's a bottle. We got somewhere to sit.
Then you get a bottle when you get to section. That's 2 bottles already.
And spend $50 on 2 drinks.
Yep.
So
another 30 for the hookah.
Yep.
You lit.
So Jesse, for just in case if the mic didn't pick up what he was saying, he was practically saying like, hey, it's affordable to have a section as long as like you have a posse with you to split it evenly. There have been times where we've been going out, Chubb, where like, and it all depends on who's orchestrating the night. All right,
facts.
We would get, and the orchestrator isn't the best with the math, right? Who is dialing numbers?
Sorry, I had to let my mom in the gate at my house.
Okay. But you got to be careful if you're going out with a big group or just a small group. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Whatever group it is, you got to always like question who is the person that's responsible for divvying out the money and to break it down and to figure out who's going to be charged with what, right? Because some niggas, if you're not careful enough, one person will pay $59 and another person will pay $159. And then, and it's just like, well, what the fuck is going on? Like, did we not all learn remedial math and algebra correctly?
That's why I don't go out. Well, I mean, I'm never like the
Are you the money handler? Are you the one that coordinates?
No. So like, I mean, the only reasons why I get sections on a not on a regular, excuse me. The only time that I'm in a section is if I'm invited to one and I ain't got to pay, or if I'm making the experience happen, I'm in control. You know, I'm the money czar at that point. But like, if you got a friend of 9, I mean, I got a friend group with 9 people in it. So like, it's always somebody's birthday. Whoever decided that we going out that night is the money czar, and you the person that's gonna have to deal with the 1 or 2 people in a group that be underpaying.
Yeah.
Why is it?
always have one of them.
Yeah. Why is that a thing that like whenever we go out to dinner as people, and I'm speaking specifically about black people, like why is it that when we go out to dinner or just any establishment, right? We even when it's a fucking section, right? Mm-hmm. When that bill come out, that's when niggas like start looking away,
look like roaches
or
scattering
dipping out or whatever, or like, and then that one person, it's just like and they accountable people, like most of the time it's either me or Courtney or you know a few other people, because we rarely go out with you, Bradley.
But you see what I said though, it's always that same 1 or 2. Like you gotta make a circle to where that's not an issue for you. And the thing is, if you gotta go through that often, you with the wrong set of people.
Yeah,
I mean, you like he said though, you gonna always, regardless of the situation, it's gonna always be one motherfucker who's just not you. Like no, bro, y'all already know this nigga coming. We gotta.
Right. And actually, when I think about the 1 or 2 people, 100%, right. And when I think about the 1 or 2 people, it's usually people that I understand their financial situation anyway, so I'm not really tripping.
Now I feel like sometimes it be bullshit though. I feel like sometimes
it really is, bro.
You pamper a motherfucker so much, like that it become a habit. Like, okay, I know they gonna pay for it, so like it just at some point it be like, say, bro,
you need to stay home.
If you don't got $10 to get in the club, your priorities fucked up. Right?
It'd be more than $10, bro.
They drunk in here. You can't even get drunk.
Well, you don't pay to get in the club if you got a section already.
Nah, but it don't even matter, bro.
But regardless, okay, say for instance, this motherfucker get in the club with us. You not drinking out the bottle for free,
right?
You're right. Like it's a $300 bottle,
bro.
But you're not throwing the money right then and there.
I'm not one of those people though. Like I feel like. My friends, like when we decide we're gonna have a section, we're gonna have one anyway. Like we're the 9 times out of 10 we're gonna have liquor left over anyway, and I expect somebody to overdrink even if they paid. And I'm tired of worrying about that. So it's like, let's just not. It's either don't do that or expect that, and I just expect it. I'm not gonna give up the experience because I know that they're, for whatever reason, whether they mean it or not, whether they need it or not, that's gonna happen. I just plan for contingency anyway.
Yeah, but it's always like that. You always like once you know you like, bro. It's like we already know this nigga not gonna have it. So like you say, like you playing for it, like it's like. He go such and such again, like bro coming along. We gotta have the extra.
I don't want to shame nobody out of hanging out with me. Too.
Nah, bro, we are 30, we're 30 years old.
I don't want to shame nobody out of hanging out with me.
It's my thing, bro. If you are okay, put it like this, Bradley. If you was dead broke, would you pull up to a club and turn up with your friends?
Not unless somebody said it doesn't matter.
But I'm not going.
That's what I'm saying. So, cause my
God, bro, I fucking flicked my hand so hard that my bracelet came off.
Like I'm not, everybody done had times where it be like, you probably been fucked up before, right? I always been the type of person, bro. If I don't have enough money, I'm not going nowhere without no money in my pocket.
Okay, so that's like y'all are very traditional in your, prideful.
No,
that's like prideful.
No, it is not.
No, it's called responsibility.
Right,
that's responsibility.
So you gonna stay at home and be broke instead of be out and be broke?
Yeah, stay at home and do some application. Find out how to get some.
What am I gonna do at 2 a.m. To make my financial situation better?
Time out.
With that mentality, you're the reason why niggas what we're complaining about. Okay, right. You're gonna be out and broke. That means you are not responsible. You're not supposed to be in the fucking section with us.
Let's take it down a notch because I'm gonna poll the audience, and really I'm paying devil's advocate because I really don't go out unless I got money. But I want to play devil's advocate because what I just said, that's wild. That y'all would rather sit at home and sulk in your brokenness than somebody be like, I don't give a fuck. I want you to have a good time with me. Come out. Let's do it.
You'd rather sit at home, bro.
It's not.
Did you hear what he just said, Chubb? Did you hear what he just said?
It's not.
He said he didn't even put it in. He didn't even make it about him. He said,
"Broken, because it ain't about me."
He said, Did you realize what he just said? He said you rather soak in your brokenness than to go out and have a good time on somebody else's fucking dime. That's literally what you just said.
You reworked that because I already gave the motivation.
Jesse, did he not just say that?
Wait, hold on, brother. My thing. The reason why I say this. The reason why I say this is I think
you have to have a feet first.
This is what I think about. It's not even. Okay. It's like when you. Okay, so if you're broke, right, and you got a friend that's like, hey, bro, I got you. Just come out, have a good time. You deserve a good time. X, Y, and Z.
So you're gonna stay at home when your friend. Okay.
I'm saying this. First, it's like, bro, it's like 5 things that can happen. Like, one, how you gonna get there? It's car, right? Car, gas, all that, right? So your car got to be gassed up, all that. Yeah. If your car get towed, what you gonna do? Right?
My car's not getting towed. If I'm that
it's always this what goes through my head. If my car gets towed, if I pull up, if I'm single and if I'm out with.
Well, that's the part you're gonna have to cut out of that experience.
I'm saying if I'm single and I'm out with my friend and I meet somebody and they like and I want to buy them a drink, I can't. You can't even be yourself, bro. Like you can't even.
You have to grovel. You have to then coordinate and strategically like be like, all right, who can I ask? Or who can I attach myself to that's going to help me get through the night financially? All right,
because I didn't understand how broke y'all meant by broke.
What is your definition of broke, Bradley?
Let me try to put myself in their shoes. Okay, think broke. All right. So let me think.
$20 in your pocket.
Let me think. I ain't got. Let's say it's somebody's birthday. We're buying 9 bottles at. Trying to think of somewhere at the address. Cool. We keep using them like I just been there.
If it's 6 of us, if it's JJ, Jesse, Bradley, Courtney, myself, Chubb,
right, and it's also JT's birthday. Let's put that piece over top.
Okay, yeah,
because really you can choose to stay home whenever. But okay, so it's somebody's birthday.
Okay,
it's your core set of friends.
Okay,
you know that you ain't got the $220 that you need to make up for the 9 bottles that we're buying. Right,
we're not even putting you in the. You're not even in the conversation.
But we're going to go get. Well, it's in the group chat, right? We got 6 bottles. 6 of us.
Okay, 6 bottles. 6 of us.
Okay, 6 of us is right. We're already inviting random people, right? Because 6 people can't finish 6 bottles in the club in 2 hours.
Let's just say.
Let me finish my scenario.
All right, come on.
So 6 bottles is 6 of us. We're inviting everybody because it's JT's birthday.
Okay.
So me as the one of the 6 that cannot put up $220. Maybe I put up $30 or something, right?
30
or offered it.
Not a deal,
right? Okay. Let's just say I just don't have $220 to spend on JT's birthday like that, right?
I love this. I do too.
I actually love
I'm about to fuck you up though.
So you as a broke individual,
okay.
Well, excuse me, not necessarily broke, but just someone who does not want to put $220 on liquor, for an experience. Actually, it's not just liquor; it's an experience. You would rather miss your friend's birthday at home, broke, than someone offer you to. And it's not like I'm going to freeload. If somebody offers you, if somebody said, if your friends go, I don't care. If your friends go, I don't care. If your friends go, I don't care. I got all of us. It doesn't matter, right? You would rather stay at home after having that conversation.
Yes. All right.
That is so prideful and wild to me.
Wait,
that's
how
so
much
prideful.
money? How much money?
Hold on, Chubb. Hold on.
Okay.
I said $220.
How much money do you have in your pocket, though?
$19.80.
Why does it matter?
It comes out to. I'm sorry. It comes out to $13.80.
If my friend said
total, right?
If my friend said they got me, why does it matter?
$13.80. Oh, so now you just added something into
I said that.
I said that. No, you did not.
I literally said that at the end of the scenario. I said, so you would rather stay at home and be broke and sulk and miss your friend's birthday than when somebody offers out of your best friends to tell you that you don't.
I just making a scenario.
No,
I didn't. You want to run the tape back? I did. That's exactly the scenario I gave.
Look, this is my thing. My thing is this. You, Bradley, I hear you. Mm-hmm. I feel like personally, I don't move. I don't give a fuck if it's JT's birthday, your birthday, my brother's birthday, my blood brother's birthday. Like, there's, to me, and maybe that's pride thing.
I've been saying the whole time, that's y'all are just so prideful.
But I don't think it's a pride thing.
I don't think it's a pride thing. Courtney, finish your point.
I don't think it's a pride thing. I think it's a, like you said, responsibility thing. And it's not, to me, it's deeper than that.
Okay, how deep is it?
The problem is, I feel like you're unique because you think of this as like okay, I don't want to miss this experience. Like it's gonna happen. I don't want to miss this experience. A lot of people in your shoes, bro. What happens is a lot of friends is you quote unquote hit them with the I got you, bro. Don't worry about it. Like it's all good. Whatever. The next time around.
You better be fucking coming up.
They sulk in that. Oh, bro, you got me? Oh, you got me?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Bro, you got me?
We're talking about God.
I'm so sorry, guys.
I don't have time for that.
I didn't realize that y'all have weird friends.
Come on now.
Had nobody use me, and I'm romantically using me. Let me tell you what. If somebody comes up to me and does that, they've been using me the whole time. It wasn't like a fresh thing now that I covered a section once. Nah, bro. That you want to see me do it again. That's been a using ass friend to begin with, and y'all should stay away from people like that.
Bro, people fall off, and it's not. I'm not down to people for falling off. All I'm saying is, when you fall off, your priorities, in my opinion, you can't feel like you can't get.
You conflating two. You switching your stance. Then. So is it internal or external?
What do you mean internal? External?
So internally, at first we said, I ain't going nowhere without no money in my fucking pocket. Personally. Wait, and then you gave me an example that was external. So you're gonna allow somebody the possibility that somebody would come up and ask for a free section again. That's wild. So which one is it? Is it pride from the person who's broke, or is it like avoiding people who will use you from the person who's paying?
To me, straight up, to answer your question straight up, to me is you don't move unless you have your own.
And this isn't subjective, by the way.
That's just my thing.
I feel like it's more nuanced. It's technically right now an unwritten rule, and Chubb, I'm gonna let you speak.
Yeah,
too.
go ahead.
But it's technically an unwritten rule right now that should be applied into man code, DNA, and in the fucking man code Bible, that you as a man and as a boy, you right, boy, like as far as being part of a squad, if you going out with your boys and you ain't got no money, then communicate that motherfucker before you even step out.
Yeah. That was my example. I'm saying if I communicated that and they still was like, fuck it, you my nigga, we going out. You gonna deny that and stay at home broke sad? I'm not doing that.
It wasn't enough context in your hypothetical until after the fact. But
I still feel the way that I stay home.
That's prideful. I think that's prideful. You don't want no help.
That piece, what Courtney just introduced, is a little bit subjective. But what I'm talking about on the standard, generalized amongst all men, right? Right. All men are should be created equal when it comes to going out with the squad, going out with your boys, and going to go fuck some shit up in the club, right? Right. And if we dealing with money, liquor, weed, and all that bullshit and stuff, whatever, and it comes to good, hey, whoever is the one that assumes command and is getting the squad together and saying, hey, everybody has to pay this. If you cannot contribute your portion based off of what is said on the blueprint, on the fucking balance sheet, then stay your ass at home.
Okay.
Stay your ass at home.
Okay. I think that's one selfish, especially for people that you would call your best friends and your boys. I don't give a fuck if you got 1 foot on the grave and 1 foot on a paycheck, bitch. I got you. Okay.
That's different.
Let's start there. No, that's not different.
Because what we're talking about now is
I'm talking about people who will use you, and I'm telling you that I will never be around somebody that's about to use me.
You're opening yourself up to me. Okay, it's my thing.
No, you're not.
Listen, hold on. You saying this as
I would never offer to cover somebody that I suspect could even have the propensity to use me for a second.
This is my point, though, bro. Brad. It's my point. You're talking as if people. You're talking as if like. You talking to me. Like, you know for a fact I'm not going to use you, right?
Right.
My thing is, I'm a human.
You're talking about random.
No. I'm talking about straight up. Like, you and me, like, I'm broke. You talking about, no, bro, come on, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Bro, I'm like, at the same time, you don't, like, regardless of how much you know a person, bro, shit happens and people are human and people fall off and people sometimes don't get back up. All I'm saying is, I'm not trying to be like an asshole and be like, look, if you my friend and you don't have money, you have to stay home. I'm telling you,
but you're saying that you would stay home regardless because you don't want to look like the person that's you.
No. It's not even about how I look. It's not that.
Hold on, Courtney.
Let him finish I think it was you were getting.
You're taking him into too many different lanes right now.
Courtney, he's taking himself there.
Courtney,
I'm not. I'm saying straight up, like.
I got you, Courtney.
But you didn't finish.
If Courtney is the friend that's saying, hey, I got you or whatever, Courtney's the type of person where if he's saying that means he don't even really at this point expect anything back. But I'm saying that it's in God code Bible that if he spots you for the night, you better fucking compensate him back at some point in the future.
That's wild to me. You know what this reminds me of? JT, you know what this reminds me of? When we were talking about giving money to bums, and y'all thought I was fucking crazy then too. That I was like, okay, if I'm giving money, I don't give money to bums. I don't give nothing that I cannot lose, that I cannot afford to lose for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Nope. I mean, that's so
it works the same. Charity works like charity, no matter what. To me.
But you could
be a bum, you could be my friend who's broke, whatever. If I'm giving something to you, it's
you're starting. You're going. But that's what I look.
So
okay,
maybe y'all just have different friends. I get it.
No, I get what you're saying, but
or a different experience.
It's not. I wouldn't call it pride, right? It's just like I'm not gonna let nobody enable me. Be my enabler. Like, right. If I need you this one time, it's gonna become a habit. Mm-hmm. Then it's becoming enabling. Now every time we go some motherfucking well, you feel comfortable with me paying for you,
right?
Right.
So why can't you say no in the moment?
Okay, check this out. I'm gonna give you a different scenario then, right? All right, say for instance, you just got a job, right? Mm-hmm. You late on your bills, late on phone bill, whatever it is, right? Check $200. But the first thing you go do is get the Jordans on a Saturday, right? Mm-hmm. They leave you at $100, right? So you're telling me you're gonna go to the club with $100 in your pocket, some new Jordans, but your phone off, your light bill off.
Okay, so
yes,
let me present a question to you.
Go ahead.
Who's a better person morally to you? The person who would take the offer up from their best friends on one of their best friends' birthdays for a section to just go, just all expenses paid.
You can't use birthday though, right?
Okay, no birthday. Okay, no birthday.
On a birthday, it's like
cool.
You're
not
so
birthday.
Like drug into that shit, like
not birthday.
Okay, any other random day.
We all want to have a good time because we're all best friends.
Yeah,
I'm the broke one, right? I'm the broke one. Who do you respect? Oh, excuse me, not I'm. I'm giving you two archetypes.
Okay.
Who do you respect more? The gentleman who goes out and lets their friends pay for them because they simply do not have it, regardless of what type of person and what actions that they'll do in the future.
Okay.
Or the person who has a $200 check and feels obligated because their friends are paying for things to spend their last $100 on that section. Which one is more respectable to you? Because y'all made it seem like that was a monster.
The person who lets their friends.
Neither. Okay. If you had to pick, which one's more respectable?
I mean, that's tough.
Right. That's not what we're saying, brother.
Because I can guarantee you've been in a section with a nigga who had $100 in their pocket.
No. But look,
to their name.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying as far as me as an individual, I just can't see myself going nowhere with not having enough fun. Like, I'm not gonna do shit with nothing. I don't even want to get a haircut. Like, if I don't have no money, I'm not going to get a haircut. I just feel like some people don't give a fuck. That's what it is. I feel like when it come to it, sometimes I can understand helping out, right? But you help out to a limit. You know what I'm saying? After a certain amount of times you done help the motherfucker out, I feel like it becomes a habit.
Mm-hmm. And if it's my event and I'm inviting Chubb out and I know if he says that if he tells me that he ain't got it and I'm like, hey, don't even worry about that because I got you and stuff, whatever. And
that's what I'm saying. It's not weird for somebody to y'all try to turn it back on me and be like, oh, that's person gonna use it next time.
No, Bradley, hold on.
You'd rather stay at home.
No, this is what you're confusing.
No, y'all are confused.
Wait, no, you're confusing what we're saying, Roach, with
this didn't start with Roach. My initial example.
That's what we were talking about, though. We're talking about the motherfuckers.
My initial example did not start with Roach.
So look, let me say this though.
We're saying two different things, but what I'm saying is, don't get what we're talking about as far as Roach and friends. The motherfuckers that have no problem with allowing other people to lead and them to continue benefiting off of that trip after trip after occasion after occasion after event after event.
Okay.
Versus the people that you're talking about, like
JT.
My friend asked me to be there, so I'm gonna be there for him.
JT, that's where this started at. No. It was really I statement.
Now I get all right. He just busted down. So okay. So
I can't wait to listen back to this.
No. The second. Did you hear what I just said?
I did.
Roach versus.
We started with I statements. I said I would rather stay at home.
Listen, the second person that I'm talking about is what you're mentioning. Mm-hmm. I'm not capable right now and I can't afford to put forth what they're asking of me, but they said it was cool because they rather me be present in the moment because of our friendship. And so I'm going to go and indulge in this and stuff, whatever, regardless of if they know that I am capable of paying that money back later on down the line, or if they said like, don't even worry about it because we're boys and stuff. That's different than what we're talking about as far as the roaching ass niggas.
You've done an excellent job at recapping what happened here. I want to let y'all know that roach ass niggas didn't come up until after I asked y'all personally. No. And y'all still were torn. I wish we could rewind this. Because it started with I statements. Okay. I said you'd rather stay at home than let your friend take care of you. And you're like, no, because that's roaching niggas. Y'all they're so prideful that you would look like a roach ass nigga to your friends that you would rather stay at home.
I'm not going to go nowhere broke. And I'm not gonna go nowhere broke, right?
If somebody said it was all expenses paid, even that bitch you like that you can't buy a drink,
if they said they would do it. Okay, he said
you can't look broke at that point.
Hold on. What he said? What you said? You said that. All right. A roach ass motherfucker is a motherfucker that's not gonna give a fuck. Like a motherfucker that's gonna be quick to go spend your money, right?
Right.
I wasn't calling as a friend, like, and I'm like, you telling me like, bro, I'm fucked up. I don't got no money, like. I don't even rock like that. I don't go nowhere. Me telling you like I don't even go nowhere. Right. Bro, it's cool. I got you this time. I go out with you and I give you your money back. Cool, but I'm not. Me personally, I wouldn't go nowhere if I didn't have money. And I see that shit a lot.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the thing is that when I presented the idea that has no one ever covered for y'all ever in y'all lives? Because y'all acting like y'all don't. Y'all have never been no charity in y'all life. It's real elite right now. That's blowing me.
I got covered because I didn't covered by nobody. I got covered because I didn't have cash on me. I had card. But that's the only type of cover.
You feel uncomfortable in the space where you would have to be covered, right? And that's all I was saying about the fact that
that's not it.
Yes, y'all do. You just said I'd rather stay home than somebody pay for me.
No.
And then try to use the excuse that I would look like a roach ass nigga to cover that up. I'm like,
I'm not saying I would look like a roach ass nigga. I'm just saying I wouldn't go nowhere without money in my pocket. Listen, not to look like not saying that I'm gonna look like a roach, just because I wouldn't feel comfortable.
Right. Why wouldn't you feel comfortable,
Bradley?
Because you don't want.
Let him answer that.
I wouldn't feel comfortable because I know for a fact I'm gonna have to depend on somebody else. I'm gonna depend on somebody else.
Right.
And then when you depend on that person, bro, it's so much shit that come with that, right?
Okay.
So to avoid all of those situations, I can sit my bitch ass at home.
There we go.
And watch Netflix. The same shit I'm gonna do at the club, I can do at home.
That would have been a 100% better answer when I asked y'all both that same question earlier.
You provided the context after, though.
No. I can't wait to listen to this episode. I said, hold on, y'all would rather sit at home when somebody told you.
Time out. We sound jumbled right now. Go ahead, Courtney.
So yeah, that answer is what I've been trying to say from the jump.
Thanks.
So this is like
it gave more detail.
Right.
Yes.
I was saying this. I was saying I personally wouldn't go out if I'm broke. If someone offered me to pay, if they're paying for everything, I personally wouldn't do it. Not because of how I would look in that situation. I don't give a. I'm already broke.
But because
I'm not. No. Let me finish talking.
But because
I'm saying I'm not. Similar to what he said. I don't feel comfortable being in a situation where if anything happens, in my head it goes straight to if anything happens, I'm flat out. And if that person that invited me out that for the drinks for the night and all that shit, and it was a great time. If something else happens, I don't have the means to help myself. So but let me finish. Wait, I'm not finished with that. Okay. I'm saying on the flip side though, two things because I didn't get this off, but I do have really good friends, but everyone has people who they know who've been in situations, have been, can't afford whatever. Yeah, I've offered in my previous years times of like, yo, bro, just pull up. I do
it all the time,
and I do, and I did it before. And what happened? It has never failed. And you can't even just chalk it up to, oh, this is your type of friends. It's not that, bro. Let me say this though. A lot of people who are more willing to be like, okay, cool, you got me, cool, and they pull up. A lot of those same people, bro, fall back into the same habits of being broke, and it happened. Right. The two people I'm thinking of in my head were broke at one point, and that I spotted, literally were the two people who came back and was like, hey, bro, I'm short on this. Can you help me? Like they've come back repeatedly, like, hey, bro. And so what happens is
they fall in the roach category.
And so but what happens is though, I'm saying like you like, bro, a night out is cool. That shit's fun. I don't care if it's a birthday or celebration. It sounds great. You can offer somebody.
That's why I think it's y'all friends.
Because I ain't never.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You're blessed to have that, but bro, in real life, in like serious real life, it happens.
We're not disagreeing with you,
but I'm saying that affects your willingness to accept somebody gifting you something in the moment that you're unable. Yes, it is.
This is where I was going.
Yes, it is.
It's not. It's
yes,
not.
it is.
It's a difference. There's a difference.
The reason why you brought up that example is because you don't. I mean, you don't like that experience, so you would imagine there's no way that you cannot. You can't say that the person who is gifting you or being charitable to you doesn't look at you the same way that you've had your own experience, because you've had that experience.
False. This is the reason why.
So if that's the case, then that means if that's the case, then when I said
it's not.
If that's the case, then when I said that you would rather stay home and sulk and being broke than go out and have somebody pay for everything for you, that means that yes, you're scared of looking like someone, an experience that you've had.
Just let me tell you why.
But wait, and then I debunked your thing and talking about what happens if your car gets towed? What happens what if somebody's actually paying for your whole night? You riding the Uber with us back and forth. Nobody said you had to go mac on nobody.
Bro, listen, I'll
pay for a drink for nobody.
You're in a section
anyway.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It'd be different if right now, tonight, after this podcast, you was like, bro, we had a great episode. I want to take y'all out. You know, no. We're talking about the exact situation. Wait. Let
him get his hypothetical out,
and I'm not letting it down because it's
why
you talk about what you debunked. Let me debunk.
Making up a new scenario to make it go with what you said. It doesn't go with. Okay, go.
I'm telling you, the problem was if I'm broke, I'm telling you I'm not going. I'm going home. I'm telling you now. You know my pockets. So if right now, if you said I want to go out, it's on me, and I for a fact have bread. If I have money,
it's a whole different situation, Courtney. It's a terrible example.
It's not. Let me finish. Because your reason was you was like I debunked it because the whole purpose was you said you wouldn't go out because you don't want to feel like you're broke when you're out. That's what you think the problem is. The problem is I don't give a fuck how I feel.
That's actually incorrect.
I don't care about how I feel.
You misinterpreted.
All right, that's what you said. You said that,
and you misinterpreted it.
That's literally what you said.
Okay, let's wrap it because
I can't wait.
What I'm saying is misconstrued examples. Like I think the problem that
y'all ain't never had broke friends, and y'all treat y'all broke friends bad. I can tell.
I
can tell. And the thing is, y'all must not never been poor. Y'all must not never.
Are you fucking kidding me? The north side of Houston is fucking poor.
No, I ain't never been poor, but bro, I ain't no babysitter either. Bro, I'm 30.
Yeah.
Somebody's ever been for real poor before would say that.
Stop.
What are you talking about? You don't have to be poor just because you
accepting charity has zero to do with the person who's giving it.
Bradley, we're not saying that.
You're missing me,
we're
bro.
saying the repetitiveness of you. So let's just say hypothetically, because this hypothetical, by the way, is based off of what you literally just fucking said.
What I just say first, before you even give the hypothetical.
Y'all must not have broke friends or whatever. Y'all treat your broke friends like I don't have broke friends.
Not a hypothetical. I made an assumption about your life. Disprove it. Go for it.
I'm disproving it because based off of what we said from the beginning,
which was
if I spot you and I said that and I communicated that at the beginning, or matter of fact, let's take it all the way to the beginning. When we all go out and the facilitator said everybody owes this amount. And you can't afford it, but
say it in the beginning. You said
if you don't say it in the beginning, then you already a fuckboy because you are at some point expecting somebody else to put forth and to cover your costs. Now, hold on. Okay. But if somebody says, "Hey, but." Like, and me and you talk about it. Like, I'm the facilitator, right? Let's just say hypothetically, in this group of 6, I'm the facilitator. And I say everybody owes $220, but I have a sidebar, and you're the broke one, right? And I have a sidebar with you. You're like, hey, don't worry about it. Like, I already know your situation. You're covered. And I don't say you got to pay me back and stuff, whatever. And then after each occasion after that,
see, now you're bringing it into a different type of person.
I'm like I said, this hypothetical is based off of what you just said, nigga.
No,
that's literally what I just said.
So let me give you some context.
And I'm not trying to be too
based off of what you're. No, because I can.
Okay,
run you through original washer. So you remember when they used to you had to wash your clothes yourself?
Based off of what you said,
I have something to debunk. I have something to debunk.
To rebuttal
because not rebuttal. I just want to make things clear for you. So when I made the very hasty generalization that you must have never been poor, and then you turned around and said, and I agree with you just to make you feel good too. You was like in the beginning, if you know you can't afford it, then why don't you say that? If you've ever been poor, which a shocker here, I have.
And I have too.
That is not an easy thing to disclose that you don't have the money to hang out with the people that you love.
Says you. Subjective.
Okay, have you ever been poor?
Yes.
Okay, and was it easy for you to say, I don't have the money? That's not easy to say.
No, it's not.
Right. So that goes against what you said, which is like, disclose that you're poor, nigga.
But if you and I... Hold on. Because if you and I...
works, man.
If you and I said that we would say it, then that's me and you saying it.
People do not feel comfortable.
You can't speak for all broke people,
the same way that people don't feel comfortable talking about actual rich people don't feel comfortable talking about their actual wealth. People who are poor do not feel comfortable talking about and requesting for charity.
Right. This is the problem.
It's wild for us to say, like, if you're poor, which I agree with you in a sense, like, especially when we know each other's financial situations. Like, if we're all in the same class of people, we all have the same degree, we all have similar jobs, we all have similar hustles, etc. We know that you should be able to afford this, and that something a poor decision you've made has put us in the situation where you can't contribute. Hold on. But if it is somebody who actually needs actual charity, it is disrespectful for me to expect for them to be able to willingly say, I could please give me a few shillings to get into the section with
after
you.
6 times.
See, that's why y'all keep. That's too.
6 times.
That's a whole.
Let's go back to your very first example.
That's a whole nother example.
Your very first hypothetical and the question that you posed was, you'd rather stay home and be broke and soak in your brokenness than to go out and enjoy a good time on another nigga's dime when they offered it. Yeah. Yeah, and that's okay. The thing is, nobody that I paid for in a section has ever asked me to pay for them.
All right, so look, I'm gonna say this.
So if somebody offers something to you, so you would rather stay at home and sulk,
brother. This is what I'm gonna say. Well, to the point where you was making about, like, have you been poor or whatever? You know what I mean? And it's hard to say I'm poor, I don't have it, X, Y, and Z. I took what you said in reference of where we are now and the age we are now. Mm-hmm. If you're poor now and you're 30 years old and you can't afford $100 or $200
like that.
No, I'm not saying. Wait, everybody, wait.
Yes.
If you're 30 years old in 2022, first of all, the majority of the world does not exist like that. That's not the reality for the majority of the world. And then,
I'm saying the majority of the world. I want to clear that up before you try to try to kill me for that. The majority of the world is finished. The majority of the world is not getting sections.
All right, cool, great.
So don't try to make it crazy.
I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm saying if you're 30 years old in 2022 and you can't afford $100 or $200 for a section, all I'm saying is to whether you're poor, medium class, high class, whatever you are, and you're 30 years old and you are in this 2022 where there's so much access to money. If you're my friend, if you're my best friend, if you're not my friend, if you don't have it, stay home. I'm not gonna. If we have a group chat going, if us 6 are in this group, and I was falling off, I would respect y'all more for telling me,
right?
Hey, bro,
if you don't have it, stay home.
Right. And focus your energy on.
Thank you.
Don't focus your energy on going out and
hang out with me.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying go home and read books and shit. I'm saying I personally don't need to be in a club if I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? If you're one of my friends and my best friend, you're not in a club if you broke. I'm at home with you trying to get you right.
Courtney, I get where you're coming from.
To me, that's a good friend.
I get where you're coming from. As a peer, it should be understood that you should probably stay home
at 30 years old
because of who the friends are that you think are willing to or not to.
Oh no!
But I want to say this. I want to give you something. I want to give you.
You're missing the point.
No, you're missing.
That's not what we're saying.
You're missing.
That's not what he's saying, and that's not what we're saying.
You're also interpreting something different from I am because we're both not Courtney listening to Courtney. So, one thing you said, so that I totally agree with you, is that you shouldn't be seeking out. That goes back to one of my major points is that means that you have the wrong friends in your group, right? Okay. Because if you feel uncomfortable on a regular basis as someone who cannot afford a section, right? Which again is the majority of the world does not go out to shit like this, right? This is all a magical world that we all technically live in, right? So this is all fictional to begin with. So the thing is, if somebody is in a friend group that does things that they frequently cannot afford, then yes, at some point they need to realize that they didn't ask them to stay home.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm about to hit the ding for you. I'm about to hit that for you.
That's what you were saying. Something. Hit the ding.
That's exactly what we're saying.
The other piece though is that you have, if you are not restricting your friendships based on financial stature, then sometimes you have to be charitable without regard. Okay. And that goes back to two episodes ago when I was talking about how charity has no parameters around it. It's unconditional. That's how I'm not done. The other thing is, and I want to tell the world this too, because it kind of changed my life.
You're unfair with the mic, by the way.
It's your mic. This how you be feeling behind it? All right. So the other piece is that we have this weird thing in America where we feel like poor people don't deserve to have anything nice, no matter how they got it. Like, poor people must struggle as bad as we did to get what we got to have what they have. If I see if I know somebody is working paycheck to paycheck, but they make sure they go get their nails done, I'm not shaming you. You don't deserve anything less or more than I do simply because you cannot make the money. And that is the way that I work my life around giving out other things to other people. And it's almost making me cry right now because I really care about other people. I don't want nobody to struggle or feel like I'm more or less than them, or that they worked harder than me or less than me, or maybe they should work as hard as me to have what I have. Most of the shit that I've done in this world, most of the shit that black people who are successful in this world, sometimes we're very, very lucky to have what we have. And for a second, for me to even think about somebody can enjoy the time with me in the club, the place that I really enjoy, without being able to give. I cannot imagine sitting at home where somebody's actually being charitable to me. And I don't care if I'm broke. I don't care if I make $120,000 a year and I blow it on everything. If you my fucking best friend, fuck yeah, I'm about to pay for your ass. I don't give a fuck. I'm not about to coach your ass through shit. I'm not trying to because of how much money you make.
Hold on. So, period. Like, and now that you've given all of that context, you're the type of friend that if Ed is the person that never has any money but always wants to be part of the money go getter, like we balling in the fucking club and stuff, whatever, and you're willing to pay, you're the type of person.
Maybe I'll be the one in the friend group that'll
always cover Ed. Clearly, cool. And we're not discrediting that at all, and we're also not discrediting what you said about how poor people don't deserve nice things because they do, and they did. Bro. Wait. Wow. No, because what you're doing,
especially if it's your friend.
Hold on. Because what you're doing right now is you were trying to relate like what you personally went through and an ideology that we're not necessarily disagreeing with. And
I don't necessarily disagree with y'all either. I just know how to have the conversation.
Right, but the examples that we were talking about had nothing to do with like somebody's economic status consistently. But it does when you have a consistent economic status, and we choose to do these type of events on these particular occasions, and you want to be part of it, but you're not doing anything, you're not contributing. You know what is required of you. All right, and we're not the type of friends. We're not like Bradley Poole, where we're just like, "Hey, Ed, I know your broke ass always want to."
That's why I said
we don't.
For you to assume that somebody broke, or y'all to assume that somebody
Bradley,
this
is why I called you on mic hard.
It's really bad word.
This is why I say you're bad on the mic, because you just interjected with
so many incorrect things that not incorrect. Excuse me, things that disagree with my point. Go ahead.
No,
finish up.
What the examples that
I'm sorry
that Chubb, myself, and Courtney gave aren't in the same lane as what you were talking about. We're not treating our broke friends differently, but we're treating our I think the term it's the terms our irresponsible friends.
Okay,
all right, the irresponsible friends, the ones that know.
Irresponsible.
All right, if we treated our irresponsible friends like how Bradley Poole treats his irresponsible friends, then they can always come out every fucking night. They come in and
be comfortable with being
and have a good time on our dime.
That's what I was trying to say earlier. That it's about the people who you're around. Like if I have like. Okay, if you're uncomfortable with somebody who you think potentially could use you, then does that really have anything to do with that person? What does that have to do with who you're inviting?
I get what you're saying. You just contradicted what you just said.
No, it's not. I'm not gonna have nobody around.
Hold on. Yeah, let Joe go.
I understand what he's saying about as far as like, I mean, ain't nobody gonna let their friend You know, like I get what you're saying, but you're saying it from a best friend point of view, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, take friend out of it, right? Just a person you know. You've been knowing this person for not too long, but long enough. Mm-hmm. Okay, and it's not the fact that how can I put it, bro? Okay, it's not the fact that we down shaming them or we belittling them, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, as much time as you're gonna put into going into the closet, finding an outfit, you know, doing whatever you gotta do, right, to go out and party. If I invited you though, right? But I just feel like it's irresponsible. Like that should be the last thing on your mind. Like
this ties. Let him finish. It's just like I'm gonna help Chubb out.
No, let him finish. Let him finish his point.
It's kind of I don't know.
That's a higher line to walk. That's why I like this conversation.
It's so thin, right?
Yeah.
It's because if you're talking about my best friend, it's different, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're talking about a motherfucker I know, and this motherfucker been doing this shit over and over and over and over, I just feel like at some point it becomes like, okay, bro, you tripping. Yeah.
That's
like,
why I don't invite nobody that I'm not like cool.
All right, just like I know Courtney, right?
Right.
I know Courtney. I know JT. Okay, if we go out, it's not that. They should know better themselves, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like I'll come to him like, bro, let's go out, bro. I got you. You ain't got to pay for shit. I got you. He got a whole family, right? You got a family. It's certain things that you don't do. It's certain things that you don't accept. I appreciate the offer, but I can't take it, right? It's not the fact that being broke. It's not a problem with being broke.
Probably offer that knowing that people will have some sort of moral compass to negate that. But I feel like if somebody were to say yes to you, I'm not worried about whether I'm getting it back, whether you're going to do it again, none of that.
Yeah, so, but I know you said something about poor too, though. Like poor people don't.
The thing is, they didn't do it. Yeah. Again, like if somebody's roaching off of you, that's someone who's asking you for it. I'm talking specifically about a time where I realized that someone doesn't have it, and I've offered for you to go somewhere and pay for something. You said that you can't,
and that's
then
the
I'm paying
difference
for
that
it.
I'm talking about.
And that's when we started this conversation, and y'all tried to rebuttal what I said because y'all felt personally attacked.
We weren't trying to rebuttal. Bradley, listen. We weren't trying to rebuttal. We were trying to explain that what we were saying has nothing to really do with what you're saying. The difference is asking versus like what's been communicated. All right. So the asking is what you just said. The roach friend is the person that's really.
I don't know how they ever came up. I didn't bring them up.
That's the point that we were talking from. Talking
not
about
even
from
a friend though.
No, we weren't talking about that
in general though. Just a motherfucker that don't got no money in their pocket.
Right? We actually weren't talking about that in the beginning.
So if we tie this back into, I'm gonna tie this back into the like how you get into a club, right? Mm-hmm. Like going into places that you're not welcomed, right?
Okay.
When this argument, this topic that we're talking about, as far as like getting like what you contribute to the event that's at hand, it's kind of like in the same lane, right? If you don't like when you're hanging out with certain individuals, you got to know your friends, right? Okay. And because titles are very important. If we're talking about friends, we're gonna wrap this up. But if we're talking about friends, because we're not talking about people, associates and stuff, because it shouldn't even be in that fucking conversation, right? Unless it's communicated.
Okay. But so if that's the
original point where we're talking about was the six motherfuckers in general. If the six of us, and I said that it should be written, it should be a written rule and guy code in the guy man Bible, right? Mm-hmm. If it's the six of us and we said that we're celebrating JT's birthday or just going out in general for no particular occasion, and it has been said that everybody owes this, and we know one person can afford it, right? That particular occasion, if somebody steps up and say, "Hey, Bradley, I got you,"
well, y'all know not to ask him.
Then huh?
Since y'all just know that one person, you know not to ask him for no money.
But if somebody steps up and says, "Hey, I got you for the night," then that's cool. But if we continue to do this and you continue to exhibit the same type of behavior and like I ain't got the money for it and stuff, then eventually niggas are gonna stop
inviting you. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about somebody making the decision to stay at home because you should not have invited them based off of what you know they can contribute or not. If it's really that big of a deal,
but that's different because
if you know you're gonna feel like you at a loss because you keep inviting your friend, why are you inviting them?
That's different because what that says is that was our perception of if it's me, Chubb, and Courtney, if we're the person in that position to where we don't have the money, we're not even gonna we're gonna remove ourselves from the if it's one of us.
That example is
we're going
skewed.
to remove ourselves from
the reason why that
situation.
example is skewed because you know that person already.
Even if you don't know him though. Just say for instance.
So why would you invite them in the first place then?
Speaking on self, right?
That's what I said.
Since you said these your best friends, you know,
it's not inviting nobody though.
Short $30.
Time out.
It's not inviting. I'm not saying you go and invite. I'm saying that a person that doesn't give a fuck, right? A person don't give a fuck. He has no money, no nothing, right? Just got his last paycheck, fucking blew it, don't got nothing, right? And the first thing on this motherfucker mind is going out. That's what I'm trying to get. Okay, now when you take that perspective, like that motherfucker, you shouldn't feel good.
I think we all agree on that.
Feel good.
Yes. And that's what we're saying. Yes,
but also,
I understand what you're saying though. I get what you're saying. It's like
I think if I consider him a friend and I don't care if he can't afford it or not, I'm gonna spot him regardless. But what he's saying is the irresponsible factor.
Okay, so that's why I was giving the example about like because it's kind of hard to understand too. Okay, and that's why I was like, I must not never really felt actually poor because I'm like. That's very similar to the type of person who I gave the example of let's say a woman who works paycheck to paycheck but makes sure that she gets her nails done every 2 weeks. You're talking about it's the responsibility for them to not really for them to allocate that money. It's not like they're out of house and home, but for them to allocate that money to what they think that they is luxurious to them, is disposable to them, and then for them to maybe not have the money to go out to the club, or maybe that's their last, they spend half their check on going out to the club. What's important to someone who cannot necessarily afford it in the way that you can afford it does not mean that they're necessarily irresponsible. And I think it took a long time for me to understand and readjust my language around people. Like I really had to readjust my language because it's wild how much we shame each other for the decisions that we make with our own money, especially when it comes to being invited somewhere that you wasn't planning on being invited anyway. That same woman who spends $200 on nails every 2 weeks, right?
Now that's ridiculous,
right? Which is wild, right?
But it is ridiculous, right?
But it's ridiculous for you. But it's like. Also, who are we to say what's responsible for your money and not, especially when I'm inviting you somewhere on an expense that you didn't expect?
On a one-time occasion. And none of us are shaming.
I don't think any of us were talking about roaches until y'all tried to make me sound crazy for saying that you want to stay at home. I know that's on camera.
I think the example, I think we all are kind of on the same page. I think you took it a step further when you said, a person, I get it. Like in reality, if somebody's living paycheck to paycheck, they're doing the best that they can. They're putting the money where they can. That's a great example. I get it.
Or even if they're not doing the best that they can,
that's fine. We're not negating that. I think the original question was, if somebody invited you out and you didn't have the money to go, would you go? And I think us three were saying no,
because we feel the pride about.
That's not why. But the one thing I will say,
let him finish.
But the one thing I will say though is, it's okay, and I think it's okay just as much as you are so emotional on the side of like somebody who doesn't have, and it's okay to accept money to go out. It's also okay. It's also okay to not go out because you don't have, and it's really valid to not go out. Not just because of how you look, but or how you may seem or whatever.
You just don't feel like you deserve that.
No, it's not that. It's not. So
what is it? You haven't answered that question straight.
No, he's trying to. I said it like 3 times, but I don't think I don't think you're accepting the answer. I think the problem is when you don't have money and you are. I think Chubb said it best. I don't feel comfortable in any setting, in any time of my life, being a dependent on another man or another person, another woman.
My question was why, and you have yet to answer it.
No, I've answered that.
What makes it feel uncomfortable?
Because you're not in control of your outcome. If something happens and you are in control, and Bradley, you asked me to do something.
If we get 3 additional bottles,
when I said
it's not. If we agreed on 6 bottles and 3 additional bottles come in because, like,
I'm hearing y'all so clear.
I'm not even going there. I'm not going with the extra bottles. I'm not saying that. But let me say this.
I hear you so clear.
But so what I'm saying is not even about the extra extra shit. All I'm saying is,
I hear you very clear.
My answer to your question too, and I was thinking as y'all were talking is, I'm at a point now where I kept honing in on the fact that we're 30 years old, and I get that people are certain areas of their life, you know, whether they are or where they want to be or not where they want to be. Mm-hmm. I feel no shame in telling somebody if they don't have it, bro. I prefer, like, if you're my friend and you don't have it, like, to me, okay, let me back up. If it's, well, I'm not going into like it's my birthday or anything like that. I'm talking about we just kicking it on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? We trying to go out. Yeah, like, bro, I ain't got $100. I got $200. I'm cool being like, all right, bro. Well, I'll catch you, another time. Okay. I don't feel comfortable anymore. No longer feel comfortable extending myself to be like, I got you. And I've done that, and that's just based off my personal experiences.
You being used before.
No, it's not even about being used.
It's just okay to admit that. No, that you are a little weary about that.
No, wait. That's not the reason why. I don't care about that. I'm saying my reasoning why is I don't want to hang out with anybody that doesn't have money, and I'm out at a club that requires money.
Thank you.
Wait. Okay.
To be honest, because you should have said that from the jump.
We're going to take this offline,
and we can ask why you feel comfortable or not comfortable.
To our listeners, do you want to pose a question? Like, how about, like, since we're in the realm, like, for content, right? For the clips that we're going to put out, and to get the engagement from our listeners and our audience. Do we want to pose? Go ahead and pose your particular question.
It's a very simple question. Should you be in the club if you're broke?
Okay. Should you be in the club if you don't have any money and can't afford that particular night in the club? Yep. Courtney, you got a question?
That's solid, bro.
That's a solid question. Yep. All right, cool.
Fucks with it.
Chubb, yeah,
fucks with it.
All right.
Sound off in the comments. Looking at it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go check the comments out. Because I'm gonna start debating them comments. I want to see what.
Right.
But you gonna have like you gonna have some people. It's gonna be 50-50.
It's gonna be 50-50.
That's why I want to see like.
Right.
Well, okay. Yeah. If it's yes, what's your reason for going?
Right. Because the nigga said that they got me.
But see, you making that seem like somebody's using people.
No, I did not say that. I did not say that.
You in your face, bitch.
Right. Thank you.
I'm dry.
Right.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great episode. Shout out to our guest, CheckChaser Chubb, once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on today. I know this won't be the last time.
Oh, no. I appreciate y'all boys for having me.
It was open,
man. It was cool. Good bit. Yeah. Y'all got good vibes, man. I'm fucking
word. So at this point, we're going to get into our traditional segment called The Toast. And at this moment, we're going to pass the decanter around and pour your favorite beverage that you would like in your particular glass. And then we're going to cheers to the particular moral of today's episode.
I guess you can pour.
You can hit the water, bro.
Yeah,
what's that right there?
Yeah.
That's tequila.
That's tequila. That's Cristalino. That Lino.
I guess I can do this. I thought this was very JT.
Yes.
Moment, but I guess.
Great episode. A lot of intense, authentic, raw discussion, debate, and comedic banter, if you will. Right? Yes. This is excellent.
Thank you, brother.
And Bradley, way to bring the funk and the emotion into today's episode. I like that.
It's a little thick, bro.
We like that.
Big like me. like Uncle Clifford. Uncle Clifford thick. I'm joked here.
You
gotta watch the show, bro.
Yeah.
You on it? He's on.
Yeah, I get one.
Yeah. This is premium tequila, by the way. This is Reposado Cristalino, a more refined Reposado, if you will. All right. So we talked a lot today about music, the club, responsibility when it comes to finances and being invited and indulging into club-like activity and whatnot. What are we toasting to today?
Chubb, you got it.
Man, financial abundance, good health, good wealth. You know what I'm saying? Another episode of this, and many more years to come, man. Everything else, man. Positive vibes on it, man.
Shout out to the Golden Child EP that's out on all major music platforms right now. Golden Child, CheckChaser Chubb.
And shout out Potnas podcast, man. If you ain't got me, get lost, baby.
All right. Cheers
to abundance. I like that word.
Financial abundance.
Got y'all boys back
Yeah.
Anyway,
Cheers for me. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Boy, Casamigo do me good. Ooh, I seen the facial. Ooh, yeah. So I know it'd be bad when they be making them faces.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for episode 33. Let's go ahead and follow all the partners on all social media platforms, starting with CheckChaser Chubb.
Yeah, CheckChaser Chubb on all platforms, YouTube, all music platforms, everything, man. You know,
dig. And that's Chubb with 2 B's, right?
Yeah, Chubb with 2 B's.
Oh yeah, all right. You heard it here first, Bradley.
All right, y'all can follow me at Coolin' and Pullin' on all platforms. That's COOLINANDPOOLIN.
You got that shit down.
Hey, hit him in the DM if y'all trying to get in the club for free. Yeah! Obviously, he'll pay for it.
No, Courtney would pay for it in a past life, but now you better be reading a book.
All right, Courtney, what's your at?
At COURTNEYJCOLE.
That's Courtney Javon or Courtney J. Coleman, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Follow our partner that's not here with us. That's THE_DIXONARY. That's D_Dictionary. Follow me, JT Got Soul. That's JT Got SOLE. All right, follow us at Potnas Podcast at POTNAS Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, for all of our latest content. Our website, potnaspodcast.com, to stream all of our previous episodes. Remember, audio comes out on Mondays. Visuals come out on Thursdays. Leave us a 5-star review if you enjoyed this episode. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Like, comment.